I smoke when I'm drinking.
Pot or
Yeah.
cigarettes?
Cigarettes, a month clean from.
A month clean?
Yeah.
Is that your
This is
cigarette
my, yeah.
substitute?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They say it's not as healthy, but I feel better.
They say it's not as healthy? Is that what the
mean,
studies are saying now? We were just talking about this the other day. Me and somebody were like, have they came out with like tests or like studies saying that vaping is better than cigarettes?
It's like a tough one to know what to believe when it comes to it. It's kind of like there's so much money in big tobacco, you know, that I can see there being some bias in reporting or where, I mean, I don't look up the shit or read about it. There's been so much back and forth I started vaping on and off probably over 10 years ago. So that's been a long time of back and forths.
Right.
But it works for me.
Yeah.
I do feel better.
No, I got a little breeze pen somewhere around here. It's like it's a breeze, but it's like there's a tube. It's a little bit bigger than a cigarette, but not too much bigger. But it's shaped just like a cigarette. That's it.
Yeah, you
it's
see
like,
them all over
that's
the road
what
now.
gets me is it feels like a cigarette. I don't like that. That's not a cigarette. That won't satisfy the habit.
I think there's an initial switch where you need that thing that feels like a cigarette, but that's temporary. Eventually, it's just that nicotine. It's something small that fits in my hand that I can carry around all fucking day.
Yeah, it's habit.
So I'm probably taking in 2 or 3 times more nicotine now than I was before.
Yeah, because you can increase that shit.
Yeah, some of it's very, the different levels get really potent, but they just don't seem to compare for me.
No. Yeah, well,
it's just not as satisfying.
How old are you?
31.
31? Oh, same.
Oh.
When did you start smoking?
Oh, God, I was like 16.
About the same. Did you say when you were young, you were like, well, by the time I'm 30, I'll probably quit?
Absolutely.
I did too.
That's worked out well.
No. I know. It's one of those things. It's like, I'm thinking about it more and more. Like the more days, go weeks or whatever go on, I think about it and I'm like, yeah, I think I'm going to quit. I'm getting there. I've never been like this before. I've always been like, I'll quit when I'm ready. I like to smoke. I like to smoke.
Yeah, no, me too.
So I'm going to quit when I'm ready. But more and more now, I've been thinking like, I think I should. Yeah. I think I should quit.
No better time than now.
It's definitely not a good habit. It's not healthy for you.
Right.
It's right when I'm drinking.
One thing. John. Yeah. Remember, the right side is what's recording. Yeah. I just wanted to make sure because John, he's like, what, the 4th person I think to do cams, so we've ran into issues. I just want to make sure,
Yep.
Right.
His first time, I got to give him backup. So, yeah, I don't know. It's habits. It's just having something in my fingers while, it's like I'm driving. It's just, it's hard to break.
No, when I'm drinking, I have to have one in my hand the whole time. Like if I'm like put one out and then I like realize I don't have one in my hand, I'm fucking lighting it up. I'll go through 2 packs in a night, just
right.
drinking.
So we didn't even introduce you guys yet. So we have Amber Morrison here. Aaron Lumsden.
You know how I bet there's a shitload of people laughing at that right now. We were just talking how funny it is because I use hers for everything, and now I just bought a mountain bike last night, and I posted on some mountain bike group. I need recommendations on a bike rack, and this goes for the other groups too with cinematography and all the camera stuff. I'm her on there, and it's not on purpose. I mean, it is on purpose, but it's not for like to be deceitful. But dudes will be like, "Oh, hey, it seems like I'll get some special treatment." And some guy last night was like, "Hey, I'll sell you this $550 bike rack for $100." And I'm like, "Oh, sweet, I'll PM you,
Yeah, right.
He's like sending me pictures of the bike rack and being real generous. I'm like,
yeah, the 4th picture's his dick.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what the fuck?
Exactly. Yep. Just give me that deal.
Yeah.
So I might be reaping some rewards from that, but definitely causing confusion too.
My first thought before I really even ever talked to you, I was just like, well, at least they didn't go the joint account way.
Oh, she tried to do that? That's the lamest shit. I got mad. I'm like, no, you change it. And she's like, well, it takes 30 days. And I'm like, motherfucker. Yeah.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny.
Trust issues.
Yeah. It happens. It happens. We see it. Well, I like to begin my podcast by embarrassing the hell out of my guests. It's great. It's a great start to things.
It is a good icebreaker.
Yeah, it's no. So Abstract Eclipse Productions.
Yes.
The idea for this came after what? How the hell did this start?
I think like the beginning, I was in a band called Arsenic Tea Party, and we were like an avant-garde band. Very.
Oh, you were part of Arsenic Tea Party?
Yeah, I played guitar, and we needed a video. And the same with my other.
Are
band.
you okay? You are still part?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Sorry, I had to clarify for myself.
Yep.
You probably already said it, but for myself.
Yeah. But my other band is Sleepless Malice. We needed music videos, and everywhere we were looking was like $2,000. So I didn't really even know where to start looking. So I decided I was going to buy a $3,500 video camera on Amazon, film our music video for Arsenic Tea Party, and then return it. And
oh, really?
I did it.
You did it, and you returned it?
So we shot a video. I returned it, got my money back. Because I always wanted to shoot. I always felt like I would storyboard stuff in my head. And I was like, I can fucking do this. That it would be fun. Arsenic Tea Party wore mask, very visual. We had I like this concept of we were like cowboy era criminals, with these masks. But anyway, so it was really
had you ever worked a camera before this, or you were just
I had one
like you had all the visions in your head of how you want it, like the zooming, just the kind of everything,
the whole thing I had drawn out. And when I decided I was going to do it, I probably spent hundreds of hours watching YouTube videos on how to use the camera.
Yeah.
So I did it, sent it back. That was it. I didn't have any urge to really do it again. I just wanted a music video, and we had a lot of fun doing it. And then
is it still online?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Is it?
And I love it still. It's still like
should we play it?
If you want
Do you want to?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. We're gonna put John to work early, guys.
Nice.
Putting him to work. So you just switch to the room cam, so you can surf the web and type. What do we want to type in? Arsenic
Tea Party.
Arsenic Tea Party. What's the song name that the music video is?
Solvent Drunk.
Solvent Drunk.
It has no idea.
It has no idea what it's looking for.
No. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, is
that it?
Yeah.
No, you can work on making it live for people to see if you haven't yet, John.
And that's the middle of it. Oh, you just played a chunk of it.
Yeah. Okay, you're playing guitar, right?
Yeah.
And this is your first time touching a piano.
Yeah, professionally,
Try to really do something like that.
outside of shooting like our live shows or something.
Yeah. So you kind of visioned like how it would speed up during those glass pours and stuff.
Well, that was more of learning on the spot, needing to fit in a 5-minute narrative.
Sometimes you learn shit by accident.
And I've carried that to almost all my videos now, because I think it's an interesting.
All right, John, we can try stuff.
But anyways,
That's good though.
a longer story short would be when COVID hit. I was working FedEx. I quit my job and decided I wanted to do it again. Sleepless Malice had an album coming out. I wanted to get another video. So I was doing good at the time, and I drained my bank account and spent about 15 grand on camera gear. And I filmed our music video. And then I went around on my local town and begged any place to let me make a commercial for them. And I was like, because I was trying to figure out any way I could make money. And a couple, like, I think I only had one that let me do it for free. And to give a shout out, they're called the Red Room. They're a tattoo shop in Lapeer.
Okay,
And,
Red Room Tattoo Shop in Lapeer.
Yep,
You did their video for them,
yeah,
commercial?
Yep, the commercial. They brought me in, let me do whatever I wanted. The owner was super fucking cool. He ended up, they ended up bringing me back to do a bunch of spotlight videos for different artists they had. And
Okay.
I was about to do his, and he ended up passing away about 4 weeks ago.
Well, that took a turn.
Yeah, young guy. But because of them letting me do that, I ended up getting blown up by other local businesses. Started getting more music videos. Asylence was the first band that wasn't one of mine that had, in which Aaron was
Arrows for Christ?
Yes.
Is that it?
So that was my first video that wasn't a part of a band I was in, and my third music video. And anyways, I have known Aaron before that, but we really got to know each other a lot better then. And
Right.
we were working hand in hand. So what ended up happening,
Where'd you guys go to film that, by the way? Sorry to trail you off.
all over,
Where the beach scene? Where were you guys at?
North of Port Huron by
So up in the thumb?
Yeah, it was like
yeah,
Right at the nail?
yeah, I'm trying to remember what
we went location scouting a couple days before shooting. And
Oh, yeah.
we went and seen that, and I was like, this is where we're gonna go. And then we decided to get there early to get that sun coming right. And I think to this day, that's one of the
So how did you feel about your... I mean, I know how you guys felt when you guys got your music video and it was put on, like, what was it? Metal
Injection.
Metal Injection.
Yeah.
How did you feel about the music video you produced being on
it
Metal
was
Injection?
like, I think back then, or even though it's just like a year ago now, not even a year ago that we did that, but
Yeah.
everything was happening so fast at that moment where it was like I was booking, I was shooting constantly, making money to where I was paying my mortgage without a full-time job.
Right.
And then it was like, I think like I keep myself in check, and it was like, this is awesome, you know, like this is like, where do you, because I mean, at the same time, like, where you get your fucking video dropped on a big website like that, you know,
Right.
which it was awesome. And let
Same
alone
for you
him,
guys.
that's his
Same for
band.
you guys with your band, you know, too, getting it featured on Metal Injection. That's something like everybody like sees.
Oh yeah, that
You
kind
know?
of blew my mind a little bit. I mean, at the end of the day, it's still just like another
So-
website, so it's only worth so much. But I mean, it's still cool. It's kind of like a milestone thing.
Yeah, I had just
So
finished the
how
teaser.
long? How? So what was the deal with the exclusive? How you had to do exclusive on there?
I mean, you're basically just giving like them a reason to put your link up, and it's just to, you know, like on their end, it's to get a bunch of different traffic. Thank you.
Like I ended up having to make a new teaser that was specifically for Metal Injection that had their branding all over it, you know.
Right.
So
Yeah.
but that was huge for especially the first video. I mean, the third video, but like the first client video, you know,
Right.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, first client video. Well, that makes me want to trail off again. Where was I? Oh, the Metal Injection.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, having it on Metal Injection, how long did you have to have it on there exclusive before you could go to YouTube?
It was just like 24 hours. It might have even been 12 hours.
Oh, it was just 12 hours.
Yeah.
So I thought I remember going into YouTube. That's where I watched it. I seen the release, and then I was like, oh shit, I gotta watch that. And then I was on YouTube. But so yeah, was that just something that you guys said that you know, to entice them? Like, how did you guys submit for it? Like, how did you do that?
Yeah, I had Elijah White helped us out with the promotional stuff.
Yeah.
We had him do all the stuff for the EP, and he did a really good job with all of it. Really nice guy to work with. So
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing like a EPK thing that he does with him for this. You know,
I mean, the guy's very smart. He's very knowledgeable with a lot of that stuff. He did really good work for us, so obviously I'd recommend him.
Yeah, I was talking to him and I said, he showed me one of his examples and I was like, damn, dude, do you write the fucking biographies and shit for this? Because I'm fucking short. He's like, well, for some or something like that. And then it was funnier than hell because it was like a week later, I seen him advertising again for it. He's like, I will write your biography you're about or whatever. I'm like, this motherfucker took that idea and I said ran with it. Well, he should have charged an extra 10, 15 for it. You know, like, yeah, I'll come up with the about me and make you sound like real professional and
I
shit.
remember seeing that.
Because it was, yeah, you remember, did you see the same example?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, this is some metal band. Like, this is way too elaborate. Like, just, holy shit. Yeah, but he seems like he would be easy to work with.
Oh, super good. Super cool, dude.
So you did the music video for Asylence. You guys went around, scouted locations, got that shit done, ends up on Metal Injection. You're like, holy shit, but you got to keep yourself in check because...
Yeah, it was the beginning.
It's like the beginning.
Wasn't
You're like,
like,
holy shit.
I was getting enough bookings, but it's always about, like, to me, it's like I was a new name out there that I felt had like some good quality stuff right off the bat. I wasn't where I wanted to be, but it was like I was proud of what we were producing or what I was producing at that time because it was just me.
Right.
But that's where Aaron was already had equipment. He was doing camera stuff, you know, he was starting to do his own branding at home, you know, doing like, I think it was that local guitarist, right?
Yeah.
And
The thing I've kind of ignored for the last few months.
That local guitarist.
yeah, local guitarist.
Whoops.
But I knew he had lights.
Whoops.
He had lights because that was the first thing. I bought so much camera shit, I didn't have like good lighting.
Right, right.
It's lighting's everything. So
Sure as hell is.
Pestle and Age, I was doing a video for them, and I contacted him the night before. I'm like, can I use some lighting of your lighting? And he was like, yeah. And I picked it up that morning, and then he ended up coming out that night, helping me with some lighting setups. And I was like, okay, awesome. That was fun. We didn't really speak of it then, but it was like the next video, I contacted him. I'm like, hey, you want to help me on this? And like, it so quickly evolved into this. Now I at those next videos, I'm just contacting him immediately, running ideas by him. And I'm like, I would have him come over. We would set up the lighting together. We would be like, I'd tell him what we were looking for, and we would do it. And then that kept evolving until it was like, we did a video. It was the last Pestle and Age video, where it was like, I told him, I'm like, why don't you just be a part of this? Because everything that I'm doing, I'm running by you,
Right.
and we're working collaboratively on it. I'm like, let's just, let's make it official.
the latest Pestle and Age one. Yeah,
Probably
that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's probably like.
All right, we're gonna have to bring that one up too, John.
That's probably my favorite.
This one, yeah, might get us canceled too, but hey, whatever.
I'm surprised that video never got flagged.
Well,
I am
it
too.
did. They can't promote
so,
it anyway.
Pestilent Age.
Yeah.
Is it
just
unwavering fertility, right?
Is it?
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. 2021 official video.
We wanted to recreate
we definitely
that
want the people to see
album
this.
cover. That was the goal, was to recreate the album cover.
Oh, right. You guys did a fucking damn good job with that.
Go ahead and just like
Shout out
skip
Pestilent
it
Age.
to like, yeah,
2
keep
minutes?
going a little. We're right about there. You can go to a whole minute.
Whole minute? Alright.
Yeah. That's when it gets good. I've had people shut it off.
This looks like a fucking movie, guys.
I wanted it to
really
look like
fucking
the
good.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. Like color-wise, like,
Yeah, no, you guys nailed it.
we shot that in my garage. The black stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, this is good.
This was a culmination, I think, of like a lot of the things we learned prior, but like there was so much pre-production that went into this.
Yeah, too bad that guy fucking cutting her up turned out to be a fucking total douchebag.
That whole situation. Oh man. 'Cause I know each of them so well. Oh damn, look at that shit. Look at that blood. That's good. So, not to like ruin the illusion, but it was cool. We tube up her skirt for the blood.
All right, hold on. We'll cut the audio right here. This clearly. All right, so we did what?
We put a tube through her skirt, and like we told the guy we had a practical effects artist on set. We told him.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we were like, we're cutting.
You hired
her
that out?
Yeah, really
Okay.
cheap. This guy's amazing. What was?
Well, no, I mean you gotta.
Yeah, I'm gonna give a shout out. I'm gonna find his info and give him a shout out. But we told him we're gonna cut her, and so he like just real quick put the latex over where we were, and then cut, and then so he's like, you're just gonna cut it, and it's gonna be all bloody, and I'm gonna have the tube spraying blood, and then the intestines, and it all ran through her skirt, and he's like, do you want comical blood? Or do you want like a little? And I was like, right in the middle, like give me a lot, but not like spraying out. And so like he cuts the latex, digs his hand in, and pulls the shit through. And it like, of course, a lot of it is in editing because like to keep it looking real, you gotta, you gotta disguise the warts. But it was so easy because it looked great. We were shooting it just being like laughing because like we're like, this is so good. But and then you're all giddy. You're like, oh my god. Liz, the actress in it, like fucking. I don't know if it would have been as good as it was if she wasn't the one doing it.
Doing it realistically.
Yeah.
She's
like
she's
out.
selling it and
Selling
like
it.
to
Yeah,
the
you gotta
point-
sell it.
because she would have been dead after that. So I mean, people are always like, that's the thing. They're like, because then he goes for the eye and then the head, and she's like kicking till the very end.
Yeah,
but like,
yeah.
you can't just have her dead there and being like mutilating this dead body. You could would have been pretty cool too. But
Yeah.
her reaction just sold it. But
It did.
we're like watching and just being like, knowing we had gold. It was one of those things that like we packed up and everybody left and I'm just standing there. It's like I want to party or something. Like my adrenaline was like still going. It was like, I knew we had something great. And then that's
Right.
what's also stressful because like after a successful shoot like that where everybody really came together and it was good, only I can fuck it up because like I'm the one who goes to edit it, and like
Right.
so you can only fuck it up. You get something really good. It's not guaranteed yet, but
Right.
It's yours to ruin.
yes.
It is.
But that
It
was
is.
such a fun shoot. Like the way that guy, because he had the fire extinguisher full of fake blood, and he just hooked tubes to it and just push the button, and we did that at my father-in-law's and in his garage, and he was fine with it. But like we set everything up and like we pack it all up, and there's just blood everywhere, everywhere, like gallons.
Damn.
Which was the blood was. What is that? Maraschino? Is that how you say it? Cherries?
Oh, cherries.
Yes. Like the.
Oh, really? Like the juice and
Yeah,
everything
it's
from
like
it?
the flavoring. Yeah.
Oh, the flavoring.
Yep. Because like we had a shot where he's cutting her throat and he's filling her mouth with it so she can like spit it out and like she's choking on it and like. Dude, the behind the scenes footage I want to release someday because like she's just like we're like, are you good? And she's like in between the gurgling on the blood and she's like, yeah, I'm good, okay. And then she puts her head back and he like pours it back down and she just starts gagging on it, choking, spitting it up, and I'm like, fuck, I was out of focus. Can we do it again? You okay? And she's like, okay, and we like do it again. But then she laughs after every scene, like she was like. A little like
Some of those clips out of context are like really disturbing. Though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
like she's like all about it. But okay, so we had
Quick
this
second,
shot.
John, we're still recording, right? Okay.
No.
Well, that's happened before, too.
Absolutely.
Like a missed button on OBS recognized as stop, so I just want to make sure. But yeah, anyways, continue.
So we have a scene in the beginning where she's like running towards the camera. I'm on the ground and she falls where their face lands right in front of the camera. And it's a one shot. So like Steve-O comes out of the woods, grabs her by the feet and drags her away. We do it the second time and it ripped her nipple ring caught on something and it ripped it out. So we had to go get duct tape to put over her nipple because she had ripped the fucking ring out. And that was at the very beginning. That was in the morning.
That was at the beginning
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
whole shoot.
Yeah. Yep. And we saw it a lot
What did
more
it
to
get
go.
caught on?
Just the ground or something.
Yeah.
As she was being dragged,
Yeah.
it got caught on something.
Because her legs are
pulled
up,
it out.
so all her legs on her chest.
Son of a.
Yeah. And I was like, all right, like she was a trooper from the get though, because
So no bra was worn.
I think it was less of a bra, and more of like
a
a.
nipple.
It was a weird, like sports bra, but it looked like it was like from the 1800s.
I guess I didn't pay that much attention to it.
Well, I'm just, you would have wore a bra maybe or something, or like something like that has a lot of
It was real
protection
thin. Yeah, it was real thin. We actually had like
Well, but
three
you
outfits.
can't. But you can't if you're going with. That's what you're going for the shoot.
Yeah, that's why
Well,
we
you're going
bought
for the
three of the
shoot.
same thing.
If that's what you're going for, then yeah, you can't. So
Yeah.
you just gotta, go down there and do it. Just you're not really expecting to have your ring caught.
No,
I don't know.
can't plan.
I
for
can't
that.
imagine this.
She didn't.
the sheer-
She didn't flinch at all.
Really?
I don't think I would have handled that well,
No, it's
like at all.
I got sensitive nipples.
It's
all right?
the
Like,
instantaneous kind of pain that initially and then you're like, oh shit,
Yeah.
because then you just feel the throbbing probably.
yeah.
Not like that pain that continues, like when you break a bone. Any of you ever broke?
Oh,
ever
yeah,
broke a
yeah,
bone?
yeah, yeah.
Like that. That's painful.
Right away, something's wrong.
That's painful. It doesn't stop until you get somewhere to get it taken care of.
Her adrenaline was probably going. Like you're acting. You're already out of your norm. You're like, and I can see that. Like
Right.
when I try to give a speech in front of people or something, it's like it's almost out of body. Like to where it's like for me, because I get so fucking scared and stressed. You know,
Right.
I don't know if she was stressed or scared, but I'm sure there's like an amount of like adrenaline or just that something that's keeping you from really being like my nipple ring just got ripped out. But anyway, that happened. But no, it was awesome. That whole shoot, like the head, like we had a prosthetic head made for it. I got to pick it up the night before.
Yeah.
So
That
I got a
was
bunch of
creepy as
kids.
fuck.
It was. I have then she was they were 9-year-old daughter, 1-year-old son, 10-year-old daughter. So I came home and I took that head, and I opened the door and
shit.
stuck it in there, And I tried to scare them, but they didn't flinch.
They're probably too used to that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
My daughters, though, they're scared of everything, dude. Everything. But she'll watch, we're watching, I'm trying to, we've watched some scary movies, and it didn't really seem to bother my oldest, which is only 4. But, so I'm trying to, Goosebumps and stuff, right? That's what everybody kind of enters into the horror, when you're a kid. I remember watching the shit out of Goosebumps.
Yeah.
So we watched the Mask one, the most overplayed one, at least for me. 'Cause my brother would rent that every time I went to Blockbuster. He'd rent the Mask, Goosebumps. Dude, I'm sick of this shit. So we're watching that. She'll watch that, but then I'll walk around the house doing something like this, and she's fucking scared shitless. No, stop, Dad, stop. You're scaring me. I'm like, really? But we can watch the Mask. She's walking around, I'm like, what the hell? I'm not even trying to be that scary.
I thought my daughter was invulnerable to that stuff because she liked a lot of shit where I was like, okay, she'd be into this stuff. So Halloween last year, I let them watch the new Chucky movie. And they were they got scared towards the beginning. I'm like, you guys are fine. And they're like, shut it off. I'm like, you guys go downstairs and go to bed. And then we'll finish it. That was
You
a
hadn't
dick
watched
move.
it yet?
No. And they were like, fine, we'll watch it. And then my ex-wife, my baby's mama, my daughter's mom, calls me a few days later. She's like, she won't fucking sleep.
Oh, no.
And she came back to our house because we go on and off every 2 days, and she wouldn't sleep at our house either.
Oh, no.
So I'm still hearing that and feeling that.
It's still a little bit of it.
Still.
How long ago?
Halloween. Almost a year now.
Oh, almost a year.
Yeah.
Dude, I got my parents were pissed because they went out and we had a babysitter. Lived right next door. So she babysat quite a bit. She comes over one night and she brings over Pet Sematary 2 and Child's Play, probably this is the 90s, 90, okay. Well, 90, I don't know, I was young. So I think it was 2 or something like that. I don't think it was the first one. But that shit scared the fuck out of me because I wouldn't fucking sleep after that shit either when I was young, man. I wouldn't. And then, from there on, it was Mortal Kombat.
Hell yeah.
That shit even fucking
really?
freaked me out.
I
Yeah.
was so into MK.
I remember, fucking... I still remember one specific dream of, me being, on the receiving end of a fatality.
Oh no.
I could, it was really, it kind of trips me out still because it was I seen the game, but I seen myself in there.
Yeah.
So that's what freaked me out.
Yeah.
Because I could see myself, like, it's the one scene, like in the old one, where there's like a moat behind you. And that's where, like,
The
bones,
swamp?
that's where the bones are floating. It's not a swamp. You're on,
Or
like,
the acid one?
yeah.
Yeah.
I was in there.
Oh.
That kind of freaked me the
Yeah.
fuck out.
No, for sure.
Yeah, so they wouldn't let me watch scary shit for a long time, like
That
any
makes
scary
sense.
game, until Silent Hill.
Okay.
That game came out, and I watched my cousin play. I couldn't play it,
Which
but
I
I'd
was
watch.
creepy back then.
That was creepy as
See, I have a
fuck.
5-year age gap on you. I'm 36.
36. Yeah.
And like MK was like peak when I was. I don't even remember. How old I was. I
You
might have
were
been like 7 or 8.
You were
and-
prime age.
Oh yeah, I
for
was
that.
arcade for MK2. Like, yeah, that was my
Prime,
shit.
dude.
It's Candyman, and People in His
Yeah.
Days. Like, I just seen the new trailer for the new Candyman, and I was like, oh fuck yeah,
That looks good.
Keenan, or what's his name?
It's not Keenan Thompson.
Is it the other one? It's like the duo that had the show, right?
Oh, Keenan and Kel?
No, that, that was the Nickelodeon. No, this is
That's what
he's the one who did Us, and the other one
What?
Get Out. The movie Get Out.
Who are you talking about? Keenan who? Do you know who he's talking about, John?
That's Jordan Peele.
Yes, Keenan and
Oh,
Peele.
Key and Peele.
Key and Peele.
Oh,
Okay, way off, but yes, Peele. Okay,
Peele. All right.
he's doing the new Candyman, and his last 2 movies are pretty sweet. So I'm
yeah.
like, this might actually be good. And that movie, the original, scared the fuck out of me when I was a kid.
Right.
It
I
was.
remember a lot of people being freaked out about that one.
It gave you something to
My
do on
cousin
your own.
was.
You could like, go look in a mirror in the dark and fucking say Candyman. I thought it
Yeah.
was 3 times. I remember it being 3, but the trailer says 5.
But
so-
for me, I always grew up and it was Bloody Mary,
okay, yeah,
right? Bloody Mary in the mirror
Yeah.
3 times.
yeah.
And she'll appear. Yeah.
That really tested your manhood, Mm-hmm. Your little
Yeah, it
balls
did.
dropped when you
For
went in
me,
there.
it was like me and like all my cousins and shit. We'd be like doing it, going in there. Yeah, it really tests you. Yeah, at that time, at that age, when you really think, what if this shit does happen, man?
Yeah, I don't
Holy
know.
shit.
Yeah,
See, to this day, I still do not like watching horror movies.
Really?
Really? No.
You don't?
he would bring
Oh.
that up a lot too when we were shooting the Pestilent Age video.
Really?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it was like I can't watch that shit like that.
Like, is it just the gory shit, or is it the suspenseful, just the frightening shit, just the shit, the unknown type shit?
It'll give me like weird dreams. Like I'll wake up in the middle of the night, like you were talking about earlier, where it's just like you're like in the middle of something, and it's like, man, it's like I don't know, I can't do that shit.
It
Like,
feels too much like an out of body experience, and you're watching
Yeah.
yourself die. I've had a lot of those, like in dreams, but
Yeah.
shit, man.
Yeah.
so yeah, I just typically don't watch them. So doing that video was like really weird, but once we started doing it, and like a lot of the shit was actually really funny when you're like seeing it not through the camera,
Right. But
So-
that's what I mean. Like, that was really gory. So is it just all horror? Well, I guess, is it all horror in general? Because there's horror movies that are classified horror that aren't gory at all, really.
No, yeah, even stuff like that.
Even
like, I
stuff
just-
like that.
yeah.
Just, I mean, just really.
Yeah.
Wow. That's funny. That's funny.
It's
like to think, like you filmed that fucking video. But yeah, you're not
was
watching that
involved
shit.
in making.
Like,
yeah,
even
he
like
made that
Chucky,
video.
like to this day, like somebody's like, you want to watch Chucky? You wouldn't watch Chucky?
I mean, I would, but it wouldn't be something that I would necessarily want to do.
No.
Like a night with
So-
just you and the wife on the couch. You guys aren't putting on a horror movie.
No.
Does she like horror movies?
Yeah, she does. She'll watch
She does?
American Horror Story and all that.
Oh,
kinda,
yeah. We used to be in that a lot, dude. We watched that when we had cable.
All the new ones garbage. We tried watching.
Yeah. It did start to phase out, but this new one seems interesting that they keep advertising with. If it's got aliens, it's fucking attractive.
Oh, that
me.
we haven't seen that. We've seen the newest one, American Horror Stories. We started watching that.
Oh,
It
I
was
haven't
bad.
heard of that.
It was bad.
Is it like a Fear the Walking Dead type thing?
No, it's like individual stories. There's like
Oh, okay.
a bunch of different ones scattered throughout. I've never really been into it, but that's something like when I'm busy editing, that I'm not sitting on the couch with my girlfriend. She's watching.
Watching
Yeah,
that
she'll watch that
while you're getting, other
While I'm
work.
working.
Yeah.
And when we sit down, we watch other shit.
Dude, I don't. It's just like TV and stuff is like the last series that I like hardcore watched was Game of Thrones.
Oh wow! So it's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a long
We
time.
binge shit. Like we don't get a lot of time because we have 1-year-old, but we put him down at like 9, and then I'll finish working on what I am, and we'll get like 1 or 2 episodes in on something. But we are so consistent on it. There's so much good shit being made right now. Like, I'm not like a snob with what I watch, but like we try to we use the Rotten Tomato score to really see what's like worth watching.
What's worth watching? You looked that up.
Nothing but winners lately. And we watch a lot like True Detective, Fargo, the series is really good.
Okay.
Underground Railroad on Amazon. The Watchmen was really good. But actually, the last couple weeks, Apple TV has me watching shit I usually wouldn't watch.
So it's like, is it because it's your job now that for editing that it's easier to have more time? Because like, even for me with this, like I made a post the other day too talking about it, but it's like, it's hard for me to even like keep up on all the social medias, like let alone just for this. Have time I gotta spend with my kids and wife, and then like I gotta be up for work at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And so it's like bed at least by 10:30, so I get 5 hours of sleep.
It's impossible.
On a good night.
On a good night.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't even have the time to like sit. Like we'll watch, like we're big like into like watching just like YouTube stuff. Because you get sample portions, half hour, 20 minutes, and I make podcasts that are over 2 hours. But I understand. That's why I make the clips. That's why I try to come out. Here's samples.
Good stuff to listen to while working. Though.
Right.
That's what I do.
That's what I do too. I listen to all kinds of podcasts. It keeps me more engaged sometimes than music. There's certain times you go to work, you're like, I start to kick out the jams here, But then a lot of times it just keeps me more just like in the zone of what I'm doing. Like, nod and agree, or laugh or whatever. And
podcast started when I was truck driving. Because
I go like this because I clean.
No, it to me it was like when I was driving all day, every day. You're in your own head, and that's like a place you don't really want to be. I have to.
I drove for DHL before,
so exactly. Yeah. So podcast was like I became obsessed, and because it would just shut my brain off. My brain would just be engaged in that, and time would fly.
Yes,
but
that's the best part about it.
Yeah.
And you're still you're doing your shit. You're driving. You get bloop. You got your whole route. Because you route yourself before you leave. Obviously.
Yeah.
Besides when that stupid pickup comes in, you're like, son of a fucking bitch.
Yep. Yeah.
That's when you hope that contact. Like, yo, does this really got to go out today? Because I was already there.
Yep.
And they're like, yeah, you can wait.
I remember we were all jealous of you guys.
I had a huge route. And what's that?
We were jealous. You guys got better paid than FedEx.
Well, I didn't work directly for DHL. I worked for a fucking satellite. We were at a satellite station. It was a fucking basically A Austin Express is who we worked for. So yeah, and I was like, I started I think before I was 21. I don't know. I was getting paid dick. I was only getting like $11 an hour.
Oh, okay.
Fuck.
But this was like, again, like 10 years ago.
Okay.
So it was decent for me at the time. I was like, hell yeah, dude, $11. And I think I went up to like 12 or something. But
Yeah.
But I had a huge route. I had we started in Flint by some fucking car lot on Clio Road.
Okay.
So you know where that's at? You know where Clio Road's at? Yeah, on some car lot down there. I forget the other cross street. But we'd start there, and then I'd drive all the way up through Bay City, and then I'd go.
You had to. Yeah, that's. Yeah.
And then I'd go to Standish, and I'd go all the way up to Tawas. Go all the way up to Tawas.
Yep.
Then I'd come over to West Branch, and I'd have Roscommon. I'd have Houghton Lake.
Yeah.
And I'd go over to Harrison. Come down into Clare, Beaverton.
That's a lot of podcast time.
All the way down back to Bay City for pickups because there's.
Yep, you gotta end the day.
I'd always end the day in Bay City, and then come all the way back down to Flint, unload.
Oh, you had to unload your own truck?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
We had unloaders.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck you. I'd unload, and then I'd have to drive back to Bay City because that's where I lived.
Yeah, that's brutal. See, I did a route.
Fucking huge day.
That's a huge route. I never
not a lot of stops.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. You're not out in West Branch like having 50 stops.
No.
But it's a lot of fucking drives.
Still, I mean, what was that, like 10-hour, 12-hour day?
dude, you'd be surprised how quick I could get some
Yeah,
of those
no.
days done. Now, I didn't have, so there'd be some days you wouldn't, as a delivery driver, you wouldn't have Harrison, you wouldn't have stuff every day, but
right.
some days, you would have it. Yeah, I was out all fucking day. I'd be, work before sun up. It's sundown. I'm still driving back. They're like, you're gonna be here by 7 for the fucking truck to leave.
Christmas time, and
I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking make it. Yeah. Oh, Christmas time, dude. Yes.
see, I had Rochester Hills. I was in one square of Rochester Hills.
Just a square, but you had
I had 180 stops.
180 stops.
And then
some
pickups.
people are probably laughing right now.
Yeah. But it would be like, in fact,
Charge you 250 on
Yeah.
fucking one ways.
but you would have because you can deliver up to 150 pounds FedEx.
Up to 150, you had to be able to lift.
Yeah, and you would.
Jeez,
And,
that's a
well, you
pretty
had
high
a cart,
requirement.
but we wouldn't fucking use the cart.
No,
'cause it takes
fuck no.
extra time.
Exactly.
I would carry washers down the fucking driveway, we were picking up. And man, when I quit FedEx, I gained 100 pounds in fucking the course of 8 months.
Really?
It kept me so
Yeah.
fit.
Oh yeah, it does.
Because those up and down driveways,
That's
can't
how they
stop.
try. That's how they try to advertise the shit now. Keeps you fit.
Yeah.
It's
That's a good
you
thing, though, yeah.
It is a good thing, but you're just telling me I'm working my fucking ass off.
In
and
the
I'm
summertime,
running.
that
I'm running.
120 degrees in that truck in the summer, and in the winter it was negative 120. It was.
What's the point of fucking AC anyways in those?
Yeah, oh yeah, no,
things?
they don't work. And yeah, you're opening that door so much.
Yeah.
the AC didn't even
Half of them
fucking
just
work.
drive with the door open.
Yeah, that's what you end up doing.
Get it all the way up that fucking shorts right there. Yeah.
Only time in my life I was tan though. Only time ever.
Right. Yeah. Now I just have to settle with the driving tan, which is this
Yeah.
arm's tanner than this, and I got one little spot on my knee.
There you go.
That's it. That's my tan, and then you get the occasional burn. I'm pretty bad right there.
Oh man, me and him filmed a band Saturday at Lapeer Days, and it was they were
Who was it?
Second in Stone. It's a classic rock
Okay.
cover band. But he
All right.
contacts me and
That just shows how much more gig work you're getting now.
yeah,
I'm like, who the?
yeah,
what?
exactly.
Classic rock.
And those guys were great for the record.
Yeah, no,
I was
phenomenal.
really
You're gonna be,
impressed.
you guys are gonna be lots of fucking cool people you never even would have thought.
No, it is cool. And it's what's funny is because we come from bands and you meeting, playing shows with other bands and getting to meet people, and it's it's the same deal, but it's such on a more intimate level because we're creating with them.
Right.
We're it's more than just playing a show. You know? It's more
Well, playing a shows they're just the worst time to meet anybody is when you're playing a show. It's just
You're
everything-
stressing, they're stressing, we're
Unless you're opening and then you're done, you're just like, fuck yeah.
yeah, and then you're drunk.
All
and
my
then-
shit's put away. Second band still got about 15 minutes.
Yeah. Yep. So it's
That's
a different
party,
vibe,
guys.
though. It's definitely a different vibe.
Yeah, it is. It. Even Jesse says that a lot too. He's just like, it's just the worst time just to meet anybody. Oh, hey, come meet whoever. It's like, my mind is
You're so preoccupied.
preoccupied, especially playing drums like I did. And it's just I got some places you're just worried about where I'm gonna set up my shit.
Yeah.
I need so much area to set up my shit.
That's why
I hate-
drummers are a certain breed,
Yeah, and I was really fucking anal about that shit, dude. Time, spot, where do I put my shit?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
fucking at least tell me that.
Yep. No, for sure. Because
I
we
need
can
to
throw our
know
guitar amps
because I can't
anywhere.
relax. I can't relax. I'm just my shit. All my shit's taken apart.
That's why it was the greatest feeling of getting the shit into the vehicle after your set.
Did you
And
guys
shutting
have
that door.
a big van or anything for that or no?
For the production?
No, for when you were in bands. Go you first and then you. Did you have ever a big van or a trailer that you hauled shit in or no?
No. We were always
I was always hauling my drums in my fucking car.
Yeah.
That's passenger vehicles.
Yep.
That's what you guys do too.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Dude, that shit would be the worst.
Tetris.
Yeah.
Tetris, man.
Oh,
I've
I
had so
could
many
fit it
cars,
all.
too.
I could fit all, dude. People would be amazed. They look at my car when I pull up. They're like, they see the bass drum in the back seat. They're like, "Where's everything else?" I'm like, "All in the back." I had an Impala, 2008 Impala.
Oh,
Those
wow,
trunks
yeah.
were huge.
Yeah, they were.
dude, huge.
Yep.
I fit everything in there.
Yep.
It had a little flap with a little under part, and I'd put the small stands all down in there. Yeah, Tetris.
That's
dude.
engineering, man.
Hell yeah, it is. Fuck.
Yep. I remember I had a little hatchback and I owned our other guitar player's gear, and I would fit 2 full-size cabs, 2 road cases with the heads, and then we would slide each guitar right down each side. And I'd be like, we're good to go. Good to go.
Yeah.
Good to go.
Because the seats went down. I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
you just have to open the hatchback and hit the gas really fucking hard, man.
Yeah, they're locked in now.
Rapid deployment.
Yeah, dude. Oh man. Yeah, just. Oh, you gotta pee?
Yeah.
Yeah. We can take a pee break. That's
Oh,
what
I didn't mean
always
to.
say though.
That
Is
was
I
hard,
only
yeah.
edit out.
Yeah,
pee
no, I'll
breaks.
show you. You haven't seen it.
You know, it's just like I said. What's the point of having all that dead air?
I'm doing the same thing with for my 9 to 5, I film a lot of corporate interviews, and it's like it could be an hour, and or we're recording,
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're recording.
and we'll have like over an hour worth of shit. And before, like now, I have them clap if they fuck up, you know, and they need to restart. They'll like clap, so I see the spike in the audio.
Oh right.
I know where to kind of jump to and connect. But yeah, you learn little tricks
that's
to save
smart.
yourself some time.
That is
you know?
smart.
What sucks is if you do cut it a bunch, if you do stop and you have to resync audio, you know, like if
Yeah.
I just let it go, I just have to resync that audio once,
Right.
and then I see the spikes. But
See, yeah, and that's what, you know, like we were talking after the pee break, about the podcast and how I'm doing it with the OBS and all that. Well, I think I just now fixed for this one. It was offset just a little bit. Just the words and the video was just offset just like by a couple milliseconds, but it was fucking annoying the shit out of me. You know, it looked like one of those like where they'll like some other channel will splice like a clip of another podcast, but then they'll delay the audio, like they're getting away with it somehow.
Or your internet connection's dropping out a little bit.
Yeah,
when you're streaming something.
yeah. I didn't like it. I was like, no. So I think I finally adjusted that in OBS now, though. But yeah, but just getting it all to one fucking streamed out, bam. As soon as we're done here, it's done, type of deal.
that's the goal.
I mean, that's
That's
really
the goal.
smart though.
Yeah,
Because like just doing a few YouTube videos and stuff or whatever, like something that if you're trying to make it all look really really nice and stuff, like it's so time consuming.
Time consuming.
They're doing something like this where it's just like it is what it is.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
and
it
that's
is.
the only way to really be like boom, 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 boom. Because like regardless, if you're doing multicam anything, like the next easiest thing is to like you're still watching it the whole length and just bouncing between cams,
Right.
You know, but you're still watching it.
Yeah.
So doing it during production, I love that.
Yeah, no, yeah. During production, that's like the only way I really want to go, you know, and like I know eventually I'm gonna have to do some sort of like Zoom type shit. Probably, I don't want to. I would rather just keep trying to build like a Michigan brand type thing.
Yeah.
You know, at first we're just Michigan artists and stuff, and then
that'd
maybe
be a good
go
problem
from
to
there.
have.
Yeah,
You know? Like,
but it's like I know it's we can work out some sort of way to get you here. Like I want you here. I don't want to talk to you through the screen right now. It's like I can't
Going
I
to
can't
our
not the
vibe.
same-
I can't
yeah.
vibe as much,
Right.
you know?
the Obscured State tour, podcast tour.
Oh right.
You know,
I thought about
pack your
that, dude.
shit
That's
and-
one of those things I'm just like sitting there all high. I'm like, what if I did like a live podcast in front of an audience? How stupid
Ooh.
would that be?
I know it would be great.
You think it
you
would?
see it happen all the time now?
Really?
A lot of the podcasts
It's
I
like a
watch do
TED
the-
talk with two people.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
they don't acknowledge the audience.
But if you maybe booked it,
like, fuck you guys. We're having a conversation. You're the chat bar.
I feel like that might do pretty well actually.
in between
though.
bands at a fucking concert. You know,
In between
like,
bands,
you
you just-
sponsor a fucking, you know, like this show's brought to you by Obscured State Podcast, and in between
We'll
every
just keep
band,
the lead singer on stage or whoever on stage.
like wrestling, where you come up to them right after the match,
yeah, right
and
after
you're
the
like,
match.
all right,
Dude,
promo
we'll
time.
Just do that. just that. Like, just give me a microphone with a little square block on it.
Oh, I think you come out with like the tux and the fancy table and like
yeah.
a bunch of people.
Me and
dressed
Gino,
up,
yeah, like how they do it.
chairs,
Yeah, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Oh, like a
hell yeah.
table just slides in and chairs, and you're in the tuxedo.
They
you
kick
just,
the chair out. It's like, like across.
exactly. Yeah.
I'm there with a little fucking.
Curtain drops behind you.
Yep.
Spotlights hit.
They're over there on the side.
Boom lights come in.
Boom lights. Oh my god, how many people we have on this fucking crew here?
Not enough. That sounds awesome.
Oh, the rolling lights, everything, and it's all done in like 10 seconds.
They hire us.
That'd be
we're cameramen.
hilarious, though.
Oh, dude, wouldn't it not? Like, people would be like,
I think it'd be
staying to
entertaining.
find
Yeah,
out,
absolutely.
like, what the
How
fuck
many
is
people would
this?
not walk out for a cigarette, and miss
No,
the first
yeah.
two songs of the next band? Like,
Exactly. And then they're like this, after the second band, they're like, okay, let's go. And then it happens again. They're like, this shit ain't fucking happening again. What the fuck is going on? It happens again. They're like, who the fuck is this guy? I love it.
I like it. It has merit.
It does. It does. I don't know how well I'd be like hosting a show though. I would be,
Bullshit.
you would
be great.
like along hosting lines, What do you say? You think
You have
I'd
to take
be
that
great?
personality and explode it, though.
All right. Next band up is Asylence. Everybody give a nice big round of applause for this band. Coming right up here with some heavy fucking metal.
Exactly. You got it. That's it. That's the character. Now you work on the costume and
The costume, a bowl cut.
yeah. Absolutely. A bad tuxedo, just
Bad tuxedo. Like it's all
yeah.
like shambles a little bit.
All right. I got
Brown.
fired for my last
the
job.
yellow shirt. Yeah.
My name's Don Imus.
See, now you're building your character. Like your wife just left you because you're a raging alcoholic.
that's a guy who really got fired. He got fired for like being like he's the one that said he was talking about a women's basketball team and he called them nappy headed hoes or whatever.
Okay.
I believe his name was Don Imus.
Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the first one that popped in my head. It's like,
Don Imus. I don't know why I compared myself to him, but
You got it, though. That's perfect.
here's the fact sheet.
yeah. No, he didn't talk like that either. I don't know. Nobody
Even
talks
better.
like nobody
No,
talks
that
like
sounds
that.
like
No, they all did in the 90s and the 80s.
Yeah,
Like,
they
that
did.
was-
That's not even that. I think that's more like old school. Like it should be like
Or it just became like the go-to parody of, that's been like, it's like the
that's
cliche.
just a cliche
Yeah.
radio broadcaster.
But-
All right, he's coming up the
Sounds
bat here.
familiar.
We have Jesse Klinger coming right up. He's got a batting of
Do you
300.
even do the come down with the, so much dynamics in it? You got it down. I can tell you do it a lot.
Only in the shower. Sometimes when I make fun of shit.
Yeah, I don't know. Shower's always the best place to practice that kind of stuff,
I can't. I'm too insecure.
Really?
Yeah, no bathroom. No bathroom.
Car,
Oh, really?
in the car when you're by yourself.
Yeah, that's my-
definitely doing that.
I've written all my best songs in the shower.
Really?
100%.
All of them?
Are you like
Like-
winging a wand them? Or are you
Yeah.
like,
No, if I get like an idea in my head or something, I'll just do like a little like voice recorder thing.
And do the
Just kind of hum out the melody.
But then you
I've done that in the
immediately work
car.
on it, right?
Usually. Sometimes I'll come back to it a few months later.
If it's a few months later, I forget the whole how it was supposed to be.
I've never came back to one. I have a
never did.
phone full of like me randomly singing melodies or like a drum
Then
beat
you go
or a
through 'em
guitar
every
riff.
once in a while.
I've never gone through them.
You never.
Yeah, I always think of that too. I'm like, man,
You should just go listen to them and you just hear your fucking dumbass.
I
Like,
can't. I think that's why I don't do it. I think that's why I don't do it.
That's a guitar player thing. It's like, why is my phone full? And then there's like 3,000 videos of you fucking up the same riff.
What about like vocalists? They do like melodies, like. Oh, that was a good one.
Oh, I guarantee.
Let me keep that one.
Most of those end
constantly,
up
like,
published.
listening to themselves like constantly, like, oh man, or like screams and shit. They're like, that was good. Let me record that real quick. Let me
Yeah.
record that growl that I'm gonna
Yes.
put there.
Egotistical motherfuckers. I can see it.
Oh, yeah.
I can see Ryan doing it at work. He's like, yeah, yes, and then he's like, send it to you, be like, that at the end of the bridge, and you'd be like, yeah.
If only. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
No.
Yeah, Ryan's definitely guilty of doing shit like that. It's like, well, I mean, it's a video you're recording on your phone and sending me through Facebook Messenger. So like, I guess it sounds good, but like,
The highest.
I don't really know.
You just gotta picture it, man. Like
Yeah.
picture it, like when we're like, like when we're there. You always got that, the picture it guy. Just picture it. It's like,
You got to put yourself there.
sorry. Why don't you just come over? We'll just plug you in, and then you can show me.
Yep.
I think
You
like
know?
we're at a day and age now though where it's like we don't do the cell phone recordings because like we all have like little stations
Little dolls,
to
we all
record
have
now.
little tiny setups.
Well, it's
you
so
know?
much more accessible nowadays.
Right.
Like, you can spend a couple $100 and have something that you can, record some audio with.
Yeah. Yeah, you can get your guitar lick out on the computer that you wanted
Right.
for like a couple $100 and you're set.
Yeah.
Probably even less if you got just the little 2-input one.
Yeah, especially if you looked around for
Which
like
is
used
well,
stuff or
Used
whatever.
stuff or whatever.
I'm using the same shit I bought almost 10 years ago. I bought a bunch of shit
Me
to record at
too.
home, and I'm still using it. The Kemper is a little newer.
My first
So-
3 inputs on my 1818 VSL are like fucked. I don't know what's wrong with them. So I'm down to 5.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a bummer.
It is. I'm like, what the fuck? And the fourth input in, you can't use the phantom power on.
Oh, Phantom. See, I don't know jack shit about anything, and that's why Aaron is a great man to have around.
That's why you're like, yo, man, you've been coming here. You've been doing, obviously you want to do something, and you know fuck ton more than I do.
Yeah,
Just join the team.
exactly.
Aaron's like, yo,
Yeah,
I've been
yeah.
looking for a chill ass partner that's like fucking got game and want to do this shit. You got some capital. Let's do this shit.
It was a match made in heaven.
I mean, that's kind of what it came down to, though. So, like,
No,
there's
yeah,
a,
that shit happens.
there's like
man.
a huge overlap in knowledge. There's a lot of things that you're a lot more
not
advanced and
technical
familiar
stuff.
with
Yeah,
than I am.
well, this
So
is
it's
like
a nice like overlap of
it's the
skills.
perfect balance. It is.
It is. It is. You got to have that balance. So it's like I'm self-taught on everything too. Like when I picked up a camera and started doing like some abandoned building videos and shit. Like
Which I love those.
I didn't know fuck all about like how to work a camera. I was just like you. Like I got a vision in my head of how I want it to be.
Yep.
And then when you're there, you start picking out spots. Like when you guys are filming like a little bit of B-roll. I'm assuming for some of your shit. You're like, you just kind of feel it out. You're like, oh, all right, you set up over here, you film some
Yeah,
shit.
that's
You're just
exactly
like,
how
oh,
it
this
is.
is fucking cool, man.
Yep. I would
And
watch
you
those
kinda get
videos.
the hang of it.
Yeah, you were
D4
doing
Darius. You heard of him?
D4.
He's a YouTuber.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna say something like that. No, yeah, D4 Darius. He's like a YouTuber on like filming and shit.
Okay.
Dude, I watched a shit ton of his videos.
Yeah, I haven't seen those, but yeah,
But yeah,
lots
some
of YouTube videos.
of those abandoned videos. I mean, they turned out really good for what I thought for.
I was
early
using those
on.
for location scouting because
Really?
I'm like, I need.
yeah.
That is the I like absolutely.
It's like I'm gonna
You
come steal
just
your
started
spot.
this podcast, and someone mentioned it in a post about an abandoned building. I don't know what led me to it, but I went there and I was like watching. I'm like, holy shit, I went through all of it, and I was like, not. It was shot good to where it was like intriguing, and it was like showing locations in similar ways that I would fucking shoot it. So I'm
Right.
looking at these things, and I'm like, this is because. Not being an explorer and doing this, it's like, okay, we're at metal. You fucking go somewhere abandoned that's dirty. Like that's the most typical cliche
Yeah, it
thing, which we
is.
try to
It
avoid.
is.
But at the end of the day,
At the end of the
setting
day,
up sets in some of those and you
makes
shoot
great
it better.
pictures.
Like that's I've always said this because like I've had this conversation with like Pestle and Age when they wanted to do a woods video, and they're I'm like, yeah,
The
it's
first
like
one.
cliche, but we just shoot it cinematic. If you shoot it well.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah, you're taking away the cheese of like a shitty. I mean, not that
Yeah.
other videos are shitty.
Like their garage video.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Sorry, Taylor.
no, apologize to Roach.
It was funny. It was funny,
No, it
man.
was-
I liked it. I was like, you got to have something out there.
See, but that was like to their, like it takes ambition to do the shit.
It does.
Right.
It does.
They were like,
I'm not
we want a video.
talking
Let's
down,
go make
but,
it. But no, yes.
they're going to admit themselves.
They'll be the
They're
first to
from
admit.
this to the woods video. Yes.
Yeah. Which was like, that's all. You just gotta choose
Yeah,
good
no, you
angles
do.
and just be, I don't know, but
Well, kind of
Yeah,
like you
so
said,
warehouse.
like it almost it takes a little bit of gusto or whatever to like just go and do it in the first place.
Right.
Exactly. It was the same thing we did. Like, but at
And
the,
that's kind of how you start to learn and figure out
exactly it,
what
yeah.
you're looking for and what you need. And
Right. I mean, when I went out and spent fucking $800 on this fucking camera here, I was like, I better fucking put this to some use. And it was kind of, similar to how like you guys just kind of stumble in. Well, like me and my buddy Eric, who I shot all those videos with, we just kind of like link up. We met through Scotty Lang, who was on the last podcast release, we met through him, who was in my band.
Okay.
And he came and took shots for us. We linked up. We both wanted to go shoot these fucking abandoned places. He's more of a photographer. I wanted to learn how to shoot filming. And we're like, let's just go do it together. So the first place we went was Rosie's Diner.
Okay.
And then from there, we were like, this was fun as fuck. Let's just do this shit.
Hell
So
yeah.
we were like, we're going everywhere. We went to that fucking mansion, the abandoned mansion in Chicago. The
I saw that.
former NBA players.
Yeah.
That was, it was shitty as fuck, but it was just fun.
So
Like,
what got
going
you like
there.
wanting it? Was it like after being there and doing it, or was it like after seeing the final product?
That wanted me to go out to
Yeah, what was
search,
like the most exciting? What made you like?
for the abandoned buildings or filming?
Well, like I guess I mean both. Yeah.
For abandoned buildings, it was just one of those things. I was watching these guys called shout out the Proper People. You could look them up. They like do fantastic videos.
Okay.
And it was like, I'm just like, dude, I want to do this shit. It's
Okay.
like, just see this old stuff, like just sat there, like just forgotten. Like I want to see it.
Yeah.
And I want to film it. So that's what really drove me to like go out. And then we went to Rosie's Diner. That really sucked me in. I was like, this was so fun. Let's go try some more places. So the next one was Parchment Paper Mill, and which is no longer. They finally tore that down.
Okay.
Down in Kalamazoo area, and that was like a big like factory area, like right along, like I think it was right
Trying to
by
remember that one.
I think it was episode number 3,
Okay.
and that's the one where we used like the drone inside the building, and it was like
Okay.
flying through.
Did
all
you have
the
to use
open
that for
areas.
like an intro or something? What was the hotel episode?
Oh, that was the first one. That was the
Okay.
sad one.
Yeah.
Where it begins with that sad shit.
Yeah.
He's like, bro, how you about to make this episode 1 of our season? I'm like, it's sad, bro.
You can't have like this booming epic music. looking
Yeah,
through there,
dude.
people still living.
Yeah, put that all together, all the music and like the fucking. I found a news article where they had like from the guy talking, so I split that, made it kind of sound like it was coming through a radio, and then I put it all like spliced all that
okay.
shit
I know what
together,
you're
the
talking about.
music.
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude.
So did you do the editing and stuff?
Yeah, I did all the
All
editing.
post.
All the editing is me.
That's awesome.
Yeah, all the
Okay.
posts.
That's cool to
Yeah.
know. Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude. That was. It's just so fun.
Yeah.
Like people say I hate editing, and I'm like, man, I love it. But like I said earlier, it's like, a fucking time. Like
No
that's
time.
why I don't
No
have.
time.
That's why I don't have time to watch shit on TVs because I have free time that's not being spent with the kids or my wife. I'm doing editing shit.
Yeah.
I mean, editing's where you tell the story.
Yeah. Everything's like they're two different things. And I was about to say that before. Like the production side of things, like you go into the houses, like with filming's always the other thing that's happening at the time.
Right.
Like what are you filming? Like I
Right.
just bought that mountain bike and we're going up north and we're gonna go on these fucking trails and I'm gonna film, and it's like more about the mountain biking than the filming, but the filming's like this huge part of it. And that's like with anything, going in abandoned buildings and filming that, documenting that. It's like the joy of actually like you're there exploring, but you're also making something. So it's like you're
Right.
setting up compositions.
And
you're
what
doing-
was really hard. So are you both, when you both are filming separately, right? So you're filming something and you're filming something when you're shooting,
It depends on the shoot.
or would you say predominantly it's one person shooting?
It depends on the
Okay.
shoot.
for the most of the time, like when we do performance stuff.
It's usually both of us.
So then you guys do your editing, right?
Jeff does most of the post
you do it-
editing.
So you have to deal with 2 people's cameras.
Yeah, but it saves us time.
Oh, it does save
saves
you
me
time.
of shooting.
But like, say for instance, what like with those buildings,
yeah.
I have to go through all his film to my film, match them up to the areas that we were at. So if we're both in the same area filming, so like a bebop between what he caught, what I caught, that shit gets fucking
When you have
tiresome.
two
When
different
it's-
people hitting record at two different
Yes.
times, then it's hard.
Yeah.
Like for the most part, I can take like, okay, these 10 clip 10 to 40 is all this scene in just different parts of the scene. So I bring them all together, watch each one. I mean,
I guess that's the kind of the difference between when you're shooting scenes. You're shooting, scene
Yeah.
2 done.
we know the
like,
order we
okay.
shot it. So
Right.
with you don't know when your
So
partner
we're
is hitting the record button.
yeah, because we're constantly like, because we got to save battery, we got to save memory, because we can't just walk a building for 6-7 hours
Exactly.
and then just have nothing.
That's why, yeah, like that's like the only way of putting that together is watching every fucking
So you
clip.
got to start every clip and be like, okay, we're in the same area. And then there was some of them where I'd put split screen. Did you see one of those?
Yes.
Where that's going through and like trying to match up where we're at.
Yep.
Like it's, but the final product
is
is
it's what it's all about. The extra work you put in, and you watch it. That like little, like I'll like spend a few hours, and then you got to like even render it down within the timeline so you can even watch it because there's so much going on.
Dude, my computer would be fucking producing those videos in 4K for like 24 hours
Yeah.
for like a half hour
Yeah.
video.
Yeah.
I broke 2 computers
Oh god.
trying to do 4K video.
Yeah.
Well, first one I had a steal. It was a $50 computer from a garage sale, but it had like this awesome speedy ass, like it was custom. The guy custom did it, but it looked like shit. It looked like an old fucking computer, but he had like good parts in it.
Yeah.
Cause I looked them up. So they had all the specs on them, dude. They had like 15 fucking towers out there at this garage sale.
Oh shit.
So this guy was into computers, and I looked at every single one, and I found that one. And I'm like, oh, I'm buying it. And it worked for audio recording, like band shit. I recorded a whole album with that fucking computer, dude.
There you go.
So, but then 4K rendering killed it. 4K rendering killed the loaner I got from my brother-in-law. And then I finally said, babe, I gotta buy a good computer.
It's a workload. Like, it's a lot of power.
Yeah. No.
It's crazy. It's crazy how much it takes to do that. You know, and then with the more effects that you put into it, you know, like now with this, I'll put like some brightness, or no, not a brightness. I do white balance and then a little bit of color enhancement for the background lights.
Yeah.
That's all I do. And it'll render for just about as long as the podcast is.
Yeah.
Oh, that would drive me nuts.
I just hit
Still.
Aaron up the other day
Yep.
about like trying to watch
Like produce. I'm sorry, I don't know. It's 2 different things. Produce, like when I click produce to go into MP4, it takes about that long.
yeah.
So I've been like struggling with, do I even need to do that? Because if I didn't have to do that,
hours though, right? Like 2 hours, 2.5.
I'll just set it at night. You know, like when I
Yeah.
go to bed, I'll just.
That's gonna take a long time, regardless. Just that's fucking long for 4K.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was talking the
Yeah, this is just 1080p for
Oh.
this. For 4K, it'd be longer.
I rendered one down the other day that was like 30 minutes. And normally most of it, they're between 3 and 4 minutes. So it's done within, a couple minutes.
Right? Yeah, yeah.
And it's
Short
like, went
clip.
outside, smoked a cigarette, came back, and looked at my computer, and it's still not done. And I was like, oh, something's gone wrong. It's all fucked up. And then just like not realizing that it's like, well, this is like 10 times longer than most of the stuff
Right.
you normally run.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it gets
For
is-
me, I just expect it because it's so long. Besides the clips that I do, but you're right. You get down to 3-5 minute sample sizes, it seems to go through pretty
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah. And 2.5 hours. Even on my computer, take hours. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like trying to live preview videos, like with Nagazi's video. There was so many effects on it that you would do a couple seconds.
so when's that going to release? When did they tell you when they want to release it? Are you done with it yet?
I will not say because I don't know what they've said.
But are you
I'll,
done?
I'll say I'm done
You're
with
done.
the video. Yeah.
You're done with the video.
Yeah.
They're just waiting on when they're going to release it.
Yeah. They got
Yeah.
plans.
Oh yeah,
They know
I'm
what
sure
they're
they do. I
doing.
love those guys. They're my favorite humans.
Good
Probably.
people. Good people.
Very good people.
Yeah.
Always fun to talk to. Like I can't
Very
say
kind,
enough.
courteous.
Yes, I can't say enough good things about like Joe and Jeff and Matt.
No,
Well, I haven't met Nakim yet. but-
yeah, it was my first time meeting 2 of their members.
Is it Nakim, right? Or Nakim?
So
I thought he said Nakim.
I wouldn't
No,
be
I
the one
think-
to ask. Like I said, I met them that day, and it was like the biggest production we've ever shot. We showed up.
I'm sure he's a
Group.
good guy, though. I
Oh,
just
I'm
want to put
sure.
that out there. I'm sure he's a good
Absolutely.
guy. If
They were
Nagazi's
all good
accepting him in.
dudes. They were all cool and fit their like they were like a perfect fit in the
You might grab
dynamics.
me one of these.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, just none but good words about them dudes.
Yeah, very
So,
nice, professional.
I seen some
people,
like
and
poker chips and stuff, and we get some gambling going on. Some cool scenes with that, with the lighting. I'm sure was
There-
a lot
there
of
was
fucking.
so much involved with that shoot.
Yeah, like I said, we
So
set up the crew. We felt
Yeah.
Did they come to you with like a big like storyboard plan, like this is what we want, or did they kind of come to you with a rough idea and said, put your spin on it?
that one specifically? They had the lyrics and it all kind of like you knew where it was going to go if we were going to do a narrative. It was like
Right.
pretty obvious, and then.
But did you kind of come up
Yeah,
with some of the
well,
scenes and
I
stuff,
took
or did
it-
they kind of like?
It was like the base. I called him one day because like this video actually to get personal. Like it like took so much out of me mentally that it burnt me out. Not
Like,
this video,
The editing
just
part, or just the filming?
pre-production, like the whole
Pre.
thing. Because
You were like,
I had an idea, and it was like an idea that I didn't know how to pull off, but I already sold it to him, and then hired another person to help me pull it off.
you got in over your
Yeah.
head a little bit.
Yeah,
But you
I knew the
knew there
story
was
I
a
wanted
way
to
you could
tell.
make it work.
Yeah.
You
He's super
find a way. If
obsessed
there's a
with
will,
it.
there's a way.
Yes. And like luckily like they had some locations for this video. And it's like trying to speak vague. Well, I kind of like intoxicated,
yeah.
so
Well,
Yeah.
they posted a picture of a poker chip scene. So
okay,
we'll just,
cool.
we'll
Yeah,
just
no, we're
revolve
going
around
off,
the
but I
poker
haven't
chips.
said nothing yet.
No, you haven't. We'll just
But-
if there's anything, it's poker scene
Exactly.
we can talk about.
Okay.
Okay.
But no, to keep it short, we had multiple locations that were amazing. We brought a DP in, just someone to light. So we didn't
Was there
have
some
to touch,
abandoned locations,
uh,
or did they just
I
have
mean,
locations that
technically,
you
They
could use?
should have been.
technically, we
Oh,
had,
cool,
some
cool.
yeah.
All right, that's cool.
More like vacant,
sorry.
but we
Yeah.
brought in a crew, and
Yeah.
How many
Paul
people?
Raymond.
yeah, Paul Raymond. Yeah, give him a shout out. Paul Raymond was our lighting guy, and Paul Raymond's from Lapeer, and
Okay.
he's like the best lighting guy in the fucking state. Like this guy's awesome. He's
Awesome.
like,
Paul Raymond.
Yep,
Was like, does he have like a lighting? Does he have like a
Full send.
full send.
full send?
Yep,
Yeah.
Okay.
yep. And like when I first started this stuff, I was seeing his stuff, and I'm like, oh man, this guy's fucking awesome, and like. It definitely influenced a lot of the shit that I tried doing and stuff. But anyway, so
Nice
this
guy
was
to
a
work
chance.
with too.
Yeah, and he was awesome. Like this was like the first time we ever worked with him. We hired him. He
Who
came
normally
out.
does lights? Do you normally do lights? Because I was asking you about lighting too. Like, do you normally do lights for pre-production?
I mean, normally it's kind of somewhat of a collaboration. Like one,
You bounce off ideas, but
one
you
of
kind
us
of
will like set up the lights in a general pattern, and we'll
This is
kind of
exactly
how
how
was
it
it, how
happened.
was it having a light guy?
amazing.
You're like, yo, all right. Did he kind of take the lead? Like, okay, we're gonna put this here. You know, just set it all up, and you guys just
A lot of it, and then we kind of might refine some stuff about what we needed from what we needed on
Right.
camera.
right
Some of it just like when you're trying.
And
to
he was
get
really
that
easy to
much
work with.
Done
with that.
like in such a short time frame, it's kind of like it's like, all right, well, if that's how you're setting it up, and we're gonna run with it and make it work.
Right.
But no, he's got a really good eye for stuff like that. So
How long's he been doing it? You know, a long time.
A lot, yeah. He's a lot younger than us.
Oh,
He's
is he?
been doing it. Yeah, I think.
Well, it doesn't
you think
matter. I guess it
like,
really doesn't
been
matter how
doing it
long you've
this
been doing
long.
it nowadays. I mean, you can
Yeah.
fucking watch 1,000 hours of YouTube and be an expert.
I mean, longer than
There should be
I am.
YouTube degrees, dude.
Yeah.
When we moved into this house, I didn't know shit about fucking anything with a house, like how to fix shit. Dude, I live off YouTube. I YouTubed everything.
Yep.
Like the first thing we did was like, we got to get rid of the sink. Get a new one because it was shitty. I'm like, I don't know how to fucking replace the sink. Fucking YouTube, bitch. Got that sink dropped in, all the connections right, the fucking right sealant. Fucking
if you
still
want
using
to-
it this day.
We live in a day and age where if you want to, you can learn pretty much anything you want to know if you're
Yeah.
willing to put in the effort.
Yeah.
I had to figure out how to put my mountain bike on the back of my car today, and I YouTubed how to install a trailer hitch. I don't know how to install a trailer hitch.
Dude, for sure, dude. It's everything is out there. The dumbest shit that you can think of, like you'd be like, everybody knows how to do that. There's a YouTube video.
Dude,
for it.
everything that I do with Photoshop or with like anything, like I do in Photoshop. yesterday.
John, why don't you look up how to twist off a pop bottle cap? I bet you there's a demo for it on YouTube.
Oh, you can go worse than that.
How worse can we get? How dumb?
simple. Like
I
how
bet you could find some really interesting versions of that on OnlyFans.
how to breathe. Well, no.
Oh my god! Oh my god! How to
How to open a door? No, see, this is it. This is telling us all.
open a locker? How to open a door? How to open a bottle?
I want to open up my third eye.
Yeah, how to open a pop bottle?
No,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
just
your
kidding.
third eye.
How to open a PS4.
Wine bottle, I can see.
I could see
I've struggled with the corkscrew.
Yeah, so just how to open a pop bottle. Just type in pop bottle.
pop bottle or
Yeah. Pop bottle. Pop-up camper. I could see that.
That's yeah.
How to open a pop really loud. I seen that. Like what? What do you mean? Like shake it up? I guess. Yeah, there we go.
How to open a bottle.
How to open
lighter.
a pop bottle? Damn it! It's the third one down.
What's a marble
Yeah,
pop?
just how to open a pop bottle. I want to see what comes up with that.
Oh.
Weird ways to open a pop bottle. How to pop champagne. I open a beer bottle with just a house key. Okay, I guess how to. I guess there.
I
is
might have
just
proved you wrong.
Prove me
there's
wrong.
Yeah, there's no.
How to open a tight soda bottle.
That's probably still a hack.
Yeah, it probably is. How to open them.
I'm surprised.
I'm
I'm
very
surprised.
surprised. I was proved wrong.
I think you won though. You found the one.
I guess I did.
You know,
I did find the
we
one.
found it right
Ways to
here.
open a beer without a bottle opener. Yeah, fucking we all know that shit. I
Yeah.
still can't do it though. I still can't do it.
I try to do it cooler every time.
With a lighter,
No, I can't. I don't know how to do it. No, it's weird.
it's just leverage.
Just yeah, I know. It's like some point shit. Fucking, I still can't do it.
I'd love to sound real cool about it, but like my mom taught me how to do that.
This is how you do it.
Can I ask you a
Oh, what are we
question?
doing? Oh, how to open it with a lighter? Yeah.
Why'd you get
Fucking ads
vaccinated?
here.
I'd like to go to these school dances
Oh my
and spring
God.
break to have fun.
Every ad.
I wanna be in
skipped
person.
it.
You should charge him for this though.
I should.
Airtime.
2 minutes and 39 seconds of how to open a pop bottle with a lighter. Friends show me in 10 seconds.
Hey guys, this will be a pretty quick video, but I want to
That's
show
all
you
they
guys
give
a
me.
cool trick that is pretty handy, and
What's
I think
that?
everyone should know how to do it. I have a
Just
bunch of
fast
beers
forward
here,
ahead
some Dos Equis,
until you
but
see it mess
if you
with
guys
the
have
bottle.
seen how to open a bottle
I can barely hear you,
looks
John.
easy, but there are a lot of people that come to my apartment that have me do it for them because they just can't figure it out.
I'm
So
really not sure
what
I
you
need
do is
this
you
much
hold
info
the
on
neck
this
of the
one.
bottle
yeah,
where you
right.
still have like
I'm about to learn.
enough
I've been
space
doing it
where you
wrong the whole
kind of like the
time.
width, same size the width of the lighter.
Too, though,
And
so
this
I'm like,
finger
right.
right here is
Oh,
the
then you
one
go
that I
Maybe I
can
need this.
prop
I don't know.
right
Yeah,
there
we
and
all
lock
need
this in underneath the
Is this
cap or
recording from
whatever.
the pod, right?
And this is going to be all my leverage so that I can use that, and
see,
that's
I
what I
always
can
do it with
really
the
hold this
narrow
against the bottle with.
What's
Now,
cooler than that?
some
I
people
always
like
see
to
when
stick
you
it
do
here
it
and try to
and
pull
then
it straight
hit it,
up. If
you
I try to
know?
pull straight up, that does
That's how
nothing.
you really get
What I
laid.
have to do is I have to kind of scoop it and I
I'm
want to pull
so
out. So the
interested in
walls of this cap should be pulled outward.
Jesus
So what I'm going
Christ.
to do is I'm going to prop this with with my finger right here and get a good grip on it. So it's now stuck right underneath the cap. Now what I want to do is I want to lift up and pull
Oh,
outward.
it had a good pop.
And it's as
to it.
easy as that. Andrea, you have never done this successfully before, right?
Many people have tried to teach me, and I've never been able to do it.
Okay, so
lady.
I was
See,
just
I
kind of
still
giving you a little
fuck
bit
it
of
up,
instruction. Go ahead and just try it the
Okay.
way I showed you.
Alright, try it, bitch.
If you can't, you can't. So yeah, like that. Use your finger to really like hold it against that bottle. Pop.
See, they're so full of shit. This
See?
shit's like popping
Was it that
off
hard?
everywhere.
That was the first time you ever did it,
That was
right?
the first time I've ever been able to
CG
do it.
hands.
Pete is here. I didn't get you.
You jerking
Yeah.
off? Is that what
So he'll
that
do
was?
another one. There you go. You got it.
Why
Now
does
you
it
guys know
fly
how to
off
open a
every
bottle
time?
with a
This guy
lighter.
looks
I'll
weird.
see you guys next time.
What do you think about that video?
Yeah.
All right.
Alright.
All right.
He reminds me of.
The best one of those I ever
Stay over
saw.
two.
Hold on. Who do you remind you of, John?
I was thinking of that. What's that movie? Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Oh,
You
Was
know
he the
one?
meatball?
oh yeah. I know
The
the movie.
weird scientist guy.
Oh really?
He looks just
Oh,
like him. You guys know what I'm talking about?
He's got the funky hair and
Oh man.
he wears
he
lab
kinda-
coat and
he wears a lab coat. You're like describing a scientist.
Crazy hair.
Yeah, crazy hair, lab coat. Yeah, I know that guy.
I mean that kind of is the movie though.
Look at
Right.
that face, and look at this.
Oh, Andy Samberg.
Look at that.
Okay.
Oh, okay, a little
so,
bit.
so weird hair. Well,
Yeah,
lab
weird
coat.
hair, lab
That was
coat.
just-
Yeah,
That's an
What the hell
accurate
is that
description.
guy?
give him a beard, and that would probably be him. With the eyes, the eyes is
Oh,
what
I
really
thought you
did
were
it.
talking about the beefy dude.
Yeah,
Okay.
him.
No, all right.
Anyways,
Wrong guy.
Now he kind of reminds me of that fucking dude from Drake and Josh,
Yeah, from that, I was about to say, from that,
but the
distance.
chubbier dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, not the guy that's going
He's
to
the
jail.
new. I
or
just
what's
seen a
up with that
thumbnail that
dude?
was like, he's the new Turner and Hooch. Is that the one with the dog?
Oh,
Like Tom
yeah.
Hanks.
I think I
they're
see-
remaking it
yeah.
with him, that guy, or not?
Really?
Not the dude who
Not
shows you
that
the
dude.
bottle, but
Yeah, dude, it's totally that guy.
yeah, it's all grown up now.
Dude, he's all grown up. Yeah, dude. Oh, they're all grown up. The one's going to jail, right? Or is he like, what's going on with that? Do you know?
Oh yeah, like
the Josh
creepy
guy,
shit,
or is
yeah.
it Drake? Who is
I don't know. I've never seen it. It was like I was a little too old.
I was too, but
Yep.
it was still like kind of.
Yeah, I read about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And another thing, like with the iCarly, like that was right past me. My younger brother was into it,
Yes.
but they just remade that, and my little daughter, is all about it now.
So what about the freaking dude trying to sue for, being on the Nirvana cover when he was a baby?
Oh yeah, that was this. I read that this morning.
Dude, what the
little wiener hanging out, dude? Like,
I never noticed the wiener hanging out. Honestly,
Really?
no, I didn't. I never
always-
noticed.
I'm like, Jesus Christ!
I never did.
Someone must have told him he probably could have got some money.
Somebody-
like
yeah.
a law firm or something.
This is what I thought today. Straight shit. Somebody posted a compilation of all of his pictures, right? That he reenacted. You know?
Okay. Oh
Have you
yeah,
seen
yeah. Because I
those?
heard he did that.
Yeah,
like anniversary.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's like a bunch of
Not
them.
with his wiener out, but
No.
like he'd be in like.
Yeah, like swim trunks, whatever.
Well, so it's not a
Yeah.
true recreation.
No, it's not. It's
He's
not.
half-assing it
Yeah.
over there.
Is it still the same size, dude? We want to know.
Water cold.
So, like this guy, like you go through like the stages. So he's got like probably 4 or 5 of them, and the last one, all of them, he's like just like no tattoos, nothing. The last one, he's like all tatted out.
no.
Look, like his hair's longer. It's dyed a different color. I'm like, what kind of fucking shit did you get into? And you need some money now.
Meth. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Like, holy shit, dude. Like, that's why you're trying to do this now, huh?
Yep.
Like, apparently, like, people were saying he got, like, Nevermind even tattooed on him, and he's trying to sue.
Well, how
over
many
this
times do you
shit.
think he got laid for being like, I'm that fucking baby on the cover?
Oh,
You
dude,
know,
I don't know.
money.
Like, I'm sure it happened.
He's rode that his whole life, and now he's
tried
older
to.
and needs the money. I don't know.
His problem is his parents, signed a fucking deal and
they
took the
got
money.
fucked. Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, they didn't even sign. I guess they never. That was part of the suit that I read today. That they never signed anything.
Oh, really?
They just got paid for
Yeah, which they got. I think,
services rendered.
He said he got $400 or something. Like,
I only got
like the
400 bucks
best-selling
to
albums
dick
of.
on the Nirvana cover?
Yeah,
What
but,
the fuck?
I'd be mad too.
Yeah.
I mean, a one-time payment for,
Yeah, well-
for it. I mean, yeah, they're trying to get off on it, but it's like, how are you about to get like reoccurring album, like a percentage of sales from that for forever, for the rest of your life? Like
A good lawyer.
Yeah.
a good lawyer, maybe.
Is
at
that
the
what he
time.
wants?
I would assume. Oh well, no, I would assume that he like that's part of his reasoning of trying to sue. Like people are like, oh, you should have been getting paid for this whole time.
yeah.
Your face and everything is on that album cover. It's been sold how many times? How much money have you got from that? Well, nothing.
It was probably way more Wild West up back then, though, than it is now. I mean, even back then they knew like pictures and shit like that. Like, but now it's so like we're content, everything, and smart, and like in an aspect of it where it's like, a band, they were on a big label then.
Yeah.
like I don't know.
A big
I
label,
can't
yeah.
see
Put that picture out with the baby's dick on there. I mean, he's got a point with the baby's dick. Like you don't put that.
The
shit out
90s
there
were a
anymore.
different time.
But it's a different time. Your parents signed off on some
Yeah.
shit.
No.
Somebody made a comment in one of the forums. They're like, you should be suing your parents.
Yeah.
If you want to sue anybody, sue your parents. They're the ones that fucking put you out there, and took the money, and you ain't got shit from it. Sue them.
But they probably don't have the money.
Well, no,
So
he's
that's why
probably
he's
like
suing.
cool with his
Right.
mom and dad.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
sue them. I'm gonna sue
need
these
some
people.
math. Who can
I need some math, dude. My dad
Just
needs
let me
some
sleep on the
too.
couch.
Yeah, dude, we need a fucking couch to sleep on. What the fuck, man? Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Well,
I
yeah.
could be way off wrong, but it's just the progression you see. And then all of a sudden, the last one, he's just like all tatted out, like this got dyed hair and all this shit. You're like, what the fuck happened to you, Tech 96 or whatever that guy is?
Maybe he got a record contract.
Maybe he did. I forget even what was his name. Do you remember his name?
No.
What, the one that went to prison?
No, the guy who went to prison.
Was it? I thought you were saying like something 6ix9ine.
Oh yeah. What was his name?
I
It
don't
was
know,
like
something 6ix9ine.
Takeshi 6ix9ine. or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah,
I said Tech
Takeshi.
9 6ix9ine.
Tech 9 to catch 6ix9ine. That's how ignorant I am with. I don't know. I don't.
Yeah. No, well, I was saying, do you remember the guy's name? The Nevermind guy.
The kid.
The baby, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever known it.
I don't know.
Even after reading that
I
article.
couldn't, I'm just like, maybe it's morals, maybe it's whatever, just how I was raised. Like, I just couldn't fucking, like, see myself doing that. Like, coming out and just, like, suing somebody over that after this long. Just,
I don't know though, man. Do you have like a? If he's seen a yeah, do I have a meth habit?
Yeah, exactly. That's why I go to that. I'm sorry, people. It's just like I can't, like, somebody must need some money.
But I would have to say
cashed
if
in on
I
every
was like
chance he
a
could.
part of something that made maybe billion or maybe millions, probably millions, definitely millions of dollars. Who knows? Nevermind, biggest album probably of like
How
that
much?
generation.
Google it. How
You
much
could
money
argue-
has never?
How would you feel being on
I'd
that
say it's at
album
least $1
and
billion.
being like a broke motherfucker? Which is like that's just how it is. He didn't,
Yeah, I don't.
But I can see someone being like, "This is my chance. This is my
chance. This is my cash in. This is my lottery.
Maybe he's got some chick
Without
just
paying the
poking him,
lottery,
being
this
like,
is my
"Hey,
lottery.
You deserve this."
I don't know.
Yep.
But he ain't gonna be getting nothing from that shit.
No, that's probably the last we're ever gonna hear about it.
Honestly, it's like you could just put it as like a publicity stunt.
Yeah. Is it from the anniversary? Is the anniversary?
Nirvana
coming up?
net worth. Okay. Well, we just want the Nirvana or the Nevermind album. Nirvana Nevermind.
Nice space.
How much did Nirvana Nevermind sell? All right.
There you go. 30
So-
million. Not as much as I
Net
thought.
worth in 2021 was 50 million, it said. Really? That's it?
And the album has
I guarantee Dave Grohl could quit and off of like his publishing rights, just
For that album.
yeah,
Just live off that.
or royalties, not publishing rights, but his royalties from that one album. Look at Jason Newsted. He's making a great life for himself. Black album.
Great life.
Yeah, that's all fucking royalties. from the
Dude,
Black
like that
album.
dude is set.
You know how many times radio plays songs off that a day? He just made a video because it's the anniversary, and I've been listening to every track they released. They're doing this Black album where it's like
Net worth of 60 million.
Yeah,
Best known for playing bass guitar with the band in Metallica.
yeah.
Oh, really? He was with
Voivod,
and what? How do you
Flotsam
say?
and Jetsam.
Flotsam and Jetsam.
Yep.
Yeah, he went. He went to actually he went to Voivod after he left Metallica.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know about the Flotsam and Jetsam.
I
though.
think
That's
it
new
was
to
that
me.
before.
I didn't either.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Well, I'd say, is he still with them? I wonder.
No.
No.
He's had a couple bands since then, like more modern, but nothing that took off.
Well, because I'd see them advertised like a lot here for Michigan shows down like by Harpo's and shit.
Yeah.
They're coming through a lot.
He lived out here.
And I'm
He lived
like-
in Battle Creek. That's where he grew up.
Jason Newsted?
Yeah. Yep.
Really?
He's from Battle Creek. I used to be a really big Metallica fan.
Huh.
From 8 to like.
I
now.
did not know that.
I don't know what this is though.
He had formed a new acoustic group named Jason Newsted and the Chop House Band.
They
Dude,
play
look
at
at
their
how-
corner
Look
restaurant.
at how
their
fucking
steakhouse.
old he looks in that first picture.
Yeah, no, he doesn't look that. He just made a video.
Dude, that
It's
is
a bad angle. Oh, that one's even worse.
no fucking what the fuck?
It's a bad skin day.
Somebody took that texture filter all the way up.
Those are photoshopped.
Hey, no way. No, yeah, I'll just take you to the article. Fucking no way, dude. Holy shit.
Oh man, he does. He
Made him
looks
look like Morgan
the
Freeman.
Marlboro Man.
Morgan Freeman. Oh man, that's a voice I haven't been able to like fully master yet. Is the Morgan Freeman.
I mean, I think that's why he gets
Morgan
paid.
I think yeah.
Metallica's Bill Dowell, a former psychotherapist who brought in the picture of January 2001. Yeah, I'm trying. No, fuck that. I'll die.
Good.
This is
I'll die off dabs. Oh, dude. Fucking A. any like vapes and stuff like that too, like vape like pens and shit. I just fucking die. Like I just the hit. It's just like I can't handle it.
I mean, you don't want to necessarily like hold them in too long.
No,
If it's like a
even
vapor,
it's just it's
super
like
quick and-
it's like super duper super duper expando weed.
Yeah.
You take one hit, you're like, hold on. Yeah, it's like that is like 20 times that for me.
I don't smoke months at a time. Like I won't smoke.
Yeah, we're far enough in this.
Like yeah. We probably gave up now. Unless they're scrubbing through.
Your coworkers aren't watching anymore.
Where was I going?
Oh, you were
Oh
going.
no, the fact that I don't
Yeah.
months on end, if I hit that, I'd die. I'd die.
Yeah.
If I like when I remember because I grew for years. Smoked every day since I was probably 14. You know, that was 29. I started getting like bad anxiety when I would smoke, so I quit. It was just wasn't fun anymore. And it was like the
Really?
easiest thing. I always grew up thinking I'll
Paranoia, or
never
just-
not smoke pot ever.
Right.
This is what I do. It's just like how I'm normal. Yeah, and then just smoking pot started giving me anxiety out of nowhere. Probably around the time I had my first kid. So maybe that's something. I don't know. But quit. When I'm drinking,
Might have.
It
I
doesn't
tried to
affect
quit
me.
smoking cigarettes when I had my first kid. That didn't work.
yeah.
I went out and bought the whole fucking vape thing and everything. Like the whole fucking cartridge thing. But it was
Yeah,
a big
Mac
ass,
mods
it
or
was
the
a
big.
it was still tube like, but it was still too big. It just, like I said, it just didn't like to
Right.
wrap around in the beginning. Like it just didn't have the.
They've
It
come a long way.
doesn't satisfy that like fixation of like the hand to mouth thing.
Right. It just like that thing too. Like that thing, like that little. It's like a Tic Tac box I'm holding in my hand. Like I can't. Like how did? What the fuck is that? You just like hit it.
And I'm
It's
about to
weird.
smoke my first cigarette in months because I'm almost out, and I'll do it right here on your show. We'll promote it.
Promote it.
I mean, you've gotten busted every other time.
Dude, it was funny. All right, so we've quit. Me and my girlfriend. We try quitting all the time, and
It's a one in Rome moment.
Yeah.
We're in the moment.
but I was trying to hide it when it was the time we were shooting his video. I was
Getting real
like,
stressed out.
yeah. I just probably would have my vape died, or I was like, I'm not around Amber. I'm gonna fucking smoke, you know. But like weird things would happen constantly.
You encourage it.
Where
You didn't have to do that.
I didn't, but I mean,
yeah, see, devil on the shoulder.
Well, I mean, I feel
That's what he
theatrical
just about to say though. He goes walls around Aaron.
Commit
He
to
goes
the
walls
shoot.
around Aaron.
So, like, I was getting caught every time I would like smoke away from Amber. I get caught by her in weird ways. Like at first, I thought it was just like, you know, this is stupid because I lit up a cigarette, and as soon as I lit it, Amber calls, and I'm like, you know, talking, and I'm like,
whoa,
what's up,
karma,
you know,
what the fuck?
but like kind of, and then she's like, you're smoking, and I'm like, what? The
Really?
fuck?
She could tell you were smoking over the phone?
Yeah. Yes.
Because of the inhale?
Yeah.
Or-
And I guess I was just being. I don't know if I was
wouldn't
obnoxious
either.
about it, but I was trying. I felt like I was trying to. Anyway,
You're trying to.
a week later, we're out location scouting. I had him or Kurt from Arsenic. He was with us. I had one of them bum me a cigarette, and then I'm smoking it. And towards the end, I get a phone call from Amber. Or no, it's a text message being like, "I see you're smoking," and it was like a picture because someone took a picture,
Kurt put
and
a
I'm
picture
way
on
in the
Facebook.
background, smoking it with a cigarette in my hand.
It's funny because it was like at the bottom of the frame, like
Yeah.
out of focus, like.
Yep. Then the other one, we were shooting a video the next day. I'm smoking, and she comes up behind me and she just stood there, like. 'Cause
So is she more like, because like she really wants to smoke
yeah,
too?
absolutely, yeah. And she's
like-
committing, and I'm not, and I'm kind of like we're like in that together.
But at that moment, you're probably like, here, you want a cigarette? Like, we're even?
You know, yeah.
But that
I mean,
don't
it's all
happen.
like the awkward hits.
So
and
and
it's
she's
not
stuck
even
to,
like
she's stuck with it.
yeah. Oh, and she
she
wouldn't
still
do it
hasn't
out of
smoked.
spite for me, just so the next day she could be like, "You fucking smoked yesterday."
Oh, yeah.
So but this is like, I know I've quit a lot, but like this, a month ago I started.
We don't got to go into you justifying.
Yeah. No. Yeah. It's not lit yet. To be
It's
fair.
a when in Rome moment here.
That's what you always say, though.
Yeah,
And then it
yeah.
ends up being like, well, I
Well,
smoked yesterday.
when you're in, an obscured state of mind,
I don't want to like.
Speaking of obscure states of mind,
He says Jesus, Jesus.
We had such a. Can I say? Or should
There's
like,
a reason we brought a driver.
yeah. Like, should we talk about like what we had planned, or should we? Because we can't use it again. I already told him. We have to like top it this next time.
Yeah, he.
Well, after the drive out here, like, thank God we didn't decide to do that.
Oh my God! Oh, let's
could've
not even
changed
talk about
before you
it.
got
Let's not
here.
even talk about.
Well, basically, you have to now because you started talking about
Well,
it.
we'll talk
You want to tell him? I'll say it. Basically, you guys were going to come in here in tuxedos, right? Tuxedos, and you're going to have a big box in front of you. And I thought...
Not in front of us. We were just going to like put it off to the side.
Oh, see, the way you described it, I thought it was going to be in front of you, and I thought you were going to say dick in a box.
Ooh, I see.
That should have been the last straw.
God,
Was dick in a box.
Should have just included him in it.
Yeah, dude.
You know, he's got this
so much
gold.
better.
And future people, I'm in on it.
There's us sitting here with, like 2 dicks in a
Dude.
box.
Hell yeah.
No, we were gonna like I don't know. When I first talked to you, this goes back to like the Sleepless Malice days, where like we would have like a big show, and we'd be like, "What can we do that would
To
make
make this-
this different?" And like one of the times we came out to like the Revenge of the Nerds theme, and we dressed all like nerds,
Dressed all like nerds.
like 80s nerds,
And then
we
played
like,
the show like that.
we opened up with like stripped, raped, and strangled from Cannibal Corpse.
Okay.
And then when it was a medley of that and
This was an Arsenal Tea
decapitated.
Party?
No, this was a Sleepless Malice.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But we tried to play the most brutal shit as we could with these like nerd clothes on. It's on YouTube. But
Okay.
Then another time we just always try to do different shit. I always thought it was fun. So when we first did this, I'm like, dude, Aaron, let's show up there, because we were on the way to the Nagazi shoot when you fucking messaged us about it. And I was like, so I'm like all giddy, getting creative for the shoot, but I'm like, so what if we came here like with the box and we were in tuxedos and we fucking like at the beginning we open it up and we pull out like a bar to like make martinis, and we're all drinking martinis because we're classy as fuck and we got the tuxedos on.
Right.
And then we just keep talking like it's normal, and then like halfway through we take the jacket and the shirt off and the tie, and we have Hawaiian shirts underneath. Maybe I changed like my fancy hat, if I had one, to like, you know, just say fucking barbecue and hat, and you like
Right.
pull out a fucking George Foreman grill and like a blender, which would have been the ridiculous part, you know, and then we're making like margaritas or daiquiris or whatever the fuck you make in a blender. And then towards the end, we would take that off, revealing just like a metal shirt, just like us, and then we pull the beers out, you know, and like we just hit this spectrum of like, you know.
But then you would have had to save the beers until the end.
Exactly. See, but we would have been getting drunk off fancy drinks.
Right.
you know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Fancy
drinking
drinks.
margaritas,
Yeah, the martinis
martinis.
and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, margaritas.
And then it came down to get
George
closer and
Foreman
closer.
grill,
Yeah,
dude.
that would have been like, I would have had maybe been like, get an extension cord here and like, kind of give you a heads up, because like you fucking turn that on, and pop the breaker. But that was the idea, and then it got closer, and it was like, fuck, dude, are we
everything
ready
comes down
to
to that.
commit to this? And usually we are, but like we've been so drained, you know. Like I think we
Right.
started getting into that whole burnout thing, but like it was like, fuck. Like the last couple.
All right,
weeks
let's
was
just go into
draining.
the shit.
Yeah, and that's what ended up happening. And
Dude,
it's
that's what
disappointing.
that's what pretty much 90% of the time always happens. It's like you got these grand ideas. And then
If
you're
I
just
would have
like,
got drunk before we left to come here, though, like I would have been like, let's fucking do this.
Right.
But it's like being in that tired work week thing. But
yeah, the work week drag.
Yeah.
But dude, yeah, you're always thinking about fucking shit to do. Fucking here we go, John. Look up this video. Look up stereotype, but type it STERYO. Right there. It's right there on the recent right below you. What? No. Search instead for stereotype with the Y. You see it? Right there. Search instead. Yep. Oh, right below, right above that. Nope. Right to the right of it. Nope. It's right there.
We have a winner.
We're scroll down just a little bit. Right there. Yeah. Nope. Yep. That one. All right. Click defy. Yeah. Defy defeat. Yeah. This is what we would do. Have you seen this?
wait, was that when the power goes out? passing out your picks and shit as a local band. That was a good show.
Oh, they were fucking.
That's awesome.
That was so fun. I still get the jitters just thinking about that shit.
That's
Fuck this ad, John.
My first Harpo show was when I was 19, and we were really into Chimera from the very beginning. Like, and this was the possibility of Reason to Recycle, their second album. We had to play it. We went and seen them in their hometown because they had just got Andals back, their drummer that they that left, and Kevin Talley was playing, which we were stoked to see Kevin Talley, but we were like, oh, they got their old drummer back. We went to their hometown show in Cleveland. On the way back, we played the Battle of the Bands at Harpo's to get on the show, and we won it. While we were playing it, we were in a store while it got robbed across the street, that party store, which was crazy. But anyways, we go to play it, and it's with Arch Enemy. What was Kevin Talley's other band at the time? It was they're a death metal band. Fuck. Anyways, they were on it. Death or Eternal, something, Hate Eternal, something. Maybe that's it. Yeah,
that rings a bell.
Yeah. And anyways, we go to play. Mark had a death in the family and was gone. And we played like there was fucking Arch Enemy. You had like all these other nationals. We were like 5th before them, but then there was like 4 before us. It was like a packed show, you know. But
yeah.
He wasn't there, so they played the set and just had random artists from the other bands come out and do songs, and it ended up being really cool. But they like pulled this random dude out of the crowd halfway through the set and had him come up and
play the guitar, or
no, to sing.
Oh, to sing.
Yeah, because Mark Hunter was gone.
Oh, okay, all right. I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with that whole band.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, and
that's fine.
But he did so good, and the crowd lost their mind that they kept him up for like 4 more songs.
Wow,
and, like, it was just
really?
this random dude from the crowd.
That's
got to, like,
so
jam
cool.
With Chimera, and that was like, that
would just be like amazing.
Yeah.
Like you
never
got
forget
to
that.
go up there, like,
yeah, it was just some like
It's like
bald
watching
dude in
the
a
movie
wife beater,
Rockstar
like
when you're a little kid.
what's that?
Watching the movie Rockstar.
Oh,
when
yeah,
you're a little
yeah.
kid.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh.
he was a
It's like,
Wahlburger.
Yeah, no, yeah. It's like just imagine that feeling. Like, okay, I got picked, and then you nail it, and then they're like, keep going. Oh, what?
Yeah.
Keep going?
Yep.
Holy shit.
Yep. No, that was cool.
Dave Grohl does that a lot. You'll see.
I'll
like
see
that
those
a lot,
videos, and I
a
love
lot,
them.
where they're like, they got the fucking, whether it's whatever instrument,
Yeah.
it's
Have you
just
seen the
like-
one when he falls off the stage?
Yeah.
I like that one more.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like I always thought like me and Dave Grohl, if we knew each other, we'd have like a weird relationship.
Really?
Like, yeah, because it's
Complicated?
It's just like some of the shit he says or does. It's like it's so stupid.
He just seems like
or
a
it's
cool dude, though. Like,
he
I
seems
got,
like a cool dude, but it's one of those cool dudes where you're just like,
shut up.
yeah, shut up for a minute.
Let's talk about that naked kid on the Nevermind.
Yeah,
album,
yeah. What the fuck's going on with that? Yeah. Why did you guys even agree to this? And you only held out $1, like the guy on the fucking commercial. He's like, "Oh, you almost had it. You almost had." He's the one standing outside the fucking pool. Yeah. You almost had it, but he's a lot younger than this. Holy shit! It all comes together. It all comes together, dude.
Where did that start? I don't remember where that spiraled real fast.
Yeah.
Spiraled
Harpo's.
Yeah, Harpo's. Yeah.
Anyways,
Harpo's is one of those iconic venues, though.
yeah, I heard it's gotten better. We played there for that Michigan Metal Fest. Or
the Detroit Metal Fest.
Yeah.
Did you guys play there for that?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's seen you guys there.
Did you guys
we
play?
weren't really like talking much then.
Oh, I see how it is.
Yeah.
I heard it was a dud.
The only good thing that came out of that show was I got to go tour Europe for a little bit.
Oh.
I got asked to fill in for a band and go tour.
Which band?
You just don't. You just don't.
Which band?
Dead Eye's Always Dreaming.
Oh.
I told him not to.
Oh.
I walked into it.
So my experience with that fuckhead Spencer was never very good. He was such a fucking pompous cunt. Like, as far as for a dude, he was a pompous cunt.
Yeah.
Like, fuck that dude. I don't even care what the fucking shit was with him being a sex offender and all this shit. He was still a fucking pompous asshole.
Yeah, no, that
fucking
was
hated
like
that
it
dude.
was such a fucked up thing, like because none of that was a thing, and I had known him. I haven't heard about that at that time.
No, of course not. Nobody can hold that against you either.
And he was always like really cool with me, and like it was
But he was
at the
not
time-
cool with local bands. I'll tell you.
Yeah,
that
no.
much.
Well, the thing is, and like, cause I'll call it as I see it. Like because he put up the money. You know, he put up the money to get his band onto these tours,
Oh,
and they were
of
like
course.
playing shows that I was like, dude, I
Yeah.
wish, because they did the Europe tour a year before that.
It costs money
And-
to get on these.
Oh,
fucking
you
tours.
just spent the money. Which, because
Yeah.
if you have the money, you can, you know, you need the connections too, but that's not hard to get. You got the money.
You got the
know?
money.
and
It does cost money to get there, and that's another thing
Yeah.
we should get into. But yeah.
So he talked to me about filling in, and I was like, absolutely, yeah, I want to go to Europe. You know, 2 weeks with 6 feet under on a tour bus, everything, meals, whatever. I sleep on the, you got a bunk. Yeah, absolutely. And,
Hell yeah.
So I
I
said,
just
yeah.
want to play those shows.
Yeah, and it was like
Right.
4 months away when I agreed, and like 2 months in, all that shit came out. And I'm like, oh my god, I already bought my plane ticket to and from Europe, and I'm like, this is fucked. I'm talking to Amber, like, what do I do? You want to disassociate yourself with that as soon as possible. But then, as soon as as it came out, like, I got a call, and they're like, he's not going, and I was like, okay, like, does that make
Okay.
it better? But I never said nothing because they weren't saying nothing, and but like it was 2 months of not knowing, no communication between them either. But I had my ticket, so I was always like, what's gonna happen? What am
Yeah.
I doing? And I like talked to them the day before, you know, and I was like, I'm going. I'll take the heat, you know, like.
So you went?
Yeah, I went
But
because
who
like
was drumming?
they had. All right, so their guitar
Alec,
player,
right?
Alec, yeah,
Yeah,
and
Alec,
he played on that tour, and he was amazing. And like nothing, you know, like he
So
was.
did you just play with one less guitarist?
Yeah, one less guitar player.
Right.
Yep.
Did you do backing tracks for the other rhythm, or just one less guitar?
No, it was like
So it was bass filling in for any solo work. You know, bass was yeah.
and I never met with them before that
And you
tour.
were playing. I'm sorry again.
I play guitar, but on that tour I played bass.
You played bass for them.
Yeah.
So you were holding
Yep.
on the bass as they were doing any sort of solo work
Yep.
that there was.
Yeah, and so I mean, and what it inevitably ended up being was the last of Dead Eyes Always Dreaming, because that was like they were all done before that tour started.
Oh yeah, but
Like
the
we were all like,
tour
we're
was
going
there.
to Europe. The tour's booked. They were saying that, you know, like it was, and then it came back and it ended up, you know, falling apart, ending, you know, so.
Right.
It was like a shitty, like, because it was like a, you know, it's one of those things. Hey, this is your chance to go to Europe, see some places, playing music,
Yes.
venues.
Yes.
It was such a,
No.
you know, but at that point, it was
He
like
wasn't there though.
no, yeah, and that helps, you know, like, but at the same time, I mean, it's not like but dude, I wouldn't turn that down. That was
No.
a for me thing. And
Yeah.
I went there, made friends. It was the time of my life, you know. I got to meet Chris Barnes and watch him side stage.
Oh
every
yeah,
night,
dude.
You know?
I would go too. Like it's like, well, if we can figure it out, Alec can hold down the drums, and we just go like, let's do it. Like,
Yep. And it was very like crazy because it was
everybody knew that. Like you said, everybody said it was ending. So it's like, let's just fucking do this so we can play these shows. You know, get that fucking
I mean,
experience.
anybody who's ever played in a local band would be pretty hard pressed to say that they wouldn't want to do the same thing.
no, that was my
Right.
chance. I'll probably never
So-
go again. Like that's a goal.
Yeah.
Now I know the people, and now I know, like, you know, get $4,000, buy yourself onto a national tour out there. You know,
Yeah.
15 days. I mean, and that's it. It's $4,000. Like that's.
yeah,
I'll do it
costs
again.
money.
Like,
It
dude,
costs money to get there.
$1,000 I spend on, you know, not that I have it all the time, but
Well,
like
when you got,
tax
like-
return or something,
You got like 4 members in a band at least
Go
most of the
fucking
time.
Europe.
Most of the time,
But that's
$4
the struggle.
grand.
That's
That's thousand
yep.
members.
That's the struggle though between any band.
Yeah,
It's
it's
getting anybody like
all the
I need
members.
$20 for merch or something, and like you
Yep.
can't get that. You know.
Yeah, I know.
So-
it does suck, and then you got to try to understand at the same time, what their situation is. But
Yeah.
at the same time, you're like,
But that's where it's like, get out of the way. Because if you're in your 30s and you're in a band and you ain't got no money to contribute, then just don't.
yeah,
You're
it's
at the
true.
point to where it's like now you're educated
For
enough
us,
and you
for
know.
us, but for
Yeah.
younger
Right.
bands, even
younger bands, yeah,
that might
absolutely.
be listening
Yeah.
too. I mean, yeah, you got to have that understanding though too, and like that's when you go on. Well, again, like when you have bandmates, you got to think of like, how are we going to interact in a tour bus
Oh yeah.
if it ever went that way?
Well, how many
Right,
bands
that-
tour
because
and
that's-
break up? Like it's,
Right.
Yeah.
That's the way that you want to go, though. You want to be able to tour the world and tour with these people.
That's the young
You
man's
got to
dream.
think about, can I last in a tour bus with these people? So you can, right?
Yeah.
Say you can. You're like, this cool dude, always does his shit. He just doesn't have a lot of money.
Yeah.
Well, you just got to carry them along.
And
for a
that's
little
the thing,
while.
and you do, because like most bands have that one or two guys that will do that.
Yeah.
And that's the facts of it, you know.
Right.
Especially if you're younger and you're at that, like, I'm
You know, I
I'm
work
not
at
even gonna have a day
Wendy's
job
20
anymore.
hours
like,
a
I'm
week,
gonna,
like, that's all
this
I
is
got.
what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we had that like with like Sleepless Malice. Like this was like what I wanted to do, and like I would drop money on things because that's what I wanted. And like,
Right.
you know, like we're
So you're
doing this
willing
'cause
to
I want it,
invest all
you
that
know?
shit into it.
Yep. But
That's
then
what
it's
you
like
want.
hard to kind of do it all the time, you know, like you
Yeah.
start to, that really starts to fuck with like your passion, you know, like,
Yeah, it
but
does.
everybody that is like ended up being in the band, we've had enough years to wean the people out. You know?
But you always find a way to overcome that, and like, okay, you know, get the group together. You have great jam sessions. Everybody's vibing. You're like, if I have to be the one to foot the bill here for a little bit just to get this where we need it, like I'm willing to do it
Yeah.
because you
Right.
believe in it
Yep.
at the time, you know. And that's the way I thought about things. Like if I gotta, get this, like this is what we gotta do. If I gotta use my credit card and we all commit to making payments on it to get this merch, that's what I got to do,
Right.
You know,
Yep.
because we need this merch bundle. We're making too much progress. You know, we need to have shit to sell.
Yeah.
Get people wearing it. It's
Yep.
it's a fucking spiral, and you got to make sure that the right people are fucking around you to do it. And sometimes like in that case, with that with that band, maybe nobody. There could have been people that didn't even know about that, and maybe if what was said is true, maybe it wasn't something that was supposed to go that way.
Yeah.
If it was true that people know, we don't got to go into details, but if that's the way it was, then yeah, I mean you kind of got fucked, dude. But at the same time, you can't be in charge of a festival that has
that's a whole
all
different story.
ages, all
That's a
ages.
whole different
That was my biggest thing with it. It's like you
Right.
cannot be in charge of this. You
Yeah.
can't do that. So
Yeah.
and I know he was
Your
probably,
word or not, like,
and
it
I
doesn't
know
mean
he was
nothing.
probably a big contributor to the money to that fest, and he was probably still a silent partner.
Oh, dude, yeah, that
He's
was
still-
so obvious when it
Yeah,
happened.
it's so
and
obvious. It's so fucking obvious.
Yeah.
and and
it's probably why I haven't heard. I mean, Steve, like I feel bad for him, his partner, if I was doing it.
you feel bad for him.
I don't know. I heard maybe that. I don't know any story. I just back then when that went down, like I didn't know. Like, is there stuff about him?
Oh no,
'Cause I'm
he's
not.
just
I
kinda-
don't.
He's just
like,
kind of cunty too.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. But I have to say though, I haven't seen it because we haven't. When I deleted my Facebook 2 years ago now. That's the last time I've seen him.
He stood up for that dude tenfold.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, and it didn't make sense to me.
No, that's a hill I wasn't gonna die on. Like,
No,
it's not worth dying on.
Who
You
would want to die on that hill?
no one. Yeah, like
That's kind of where I go with Biden and this vaccine shit. Like he's dying on this hill
Yeah.
of like everyone get vaccinated, and I just look at him like, this is your hill you're dying on.
yeah.
Like,
but I
this
mean,
is
that's
what you'll go down
politics.
holding
That's
the flag.
politics.
Like he's just like, this is the hill I'm dying on. It's not
Yep.
nothing else.
Yep.
Nothing else. It's this one.
Yep.
Like, man, why didn't you pick a different hill? Same thing with that situation. Pick a different hill to die on.
Yeah,
Just let
no,
it go.
yes,
Just let
yes.
it go, dude. Like,
Friend or
Just-
not, like that's the thing.
just-
Just like that's the
you gotta come out with your statement that says, this is, basically you gotta say, we understand that he cannot be affiliated with this
Yeah,
festival, so
yeah.
therefore he is no longer.
that's the most
affiliated
common
with this
sense thing to
festival.
do. Yes.
Don't stick
No.
up for it.
No. And
You
I
can't. You keep trying to justify that's going into more details if we try to go into that, but trying to justify what was done and all that shit. Just stop. Shut up.
Just-
do you
just
want
don't
the
say
fucking
anything.
do you want your fucking festival to make it?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Because if you really do, you'll shut the fuck up.
Yep.
Because that's the first thing people will tell you. If you go to contact a lawyer, shut up.
Yeah.
Don't fucking say anything. Tell me everything.
Yeah. He should have ran that better because, like, all that aside, it was watching that festival grow. And, like,
Yeah.
the bands they were getting, it was exciting for Michigan. you
Yeah, we
know, with all
played
the politics aside.
2019 or something or other. We played that year.
I think we played
Hatebreed.
the first three. The
Hate
first
Breed
three.
played.
Was that the one we didn't? We played Devil Driver. I remember we played the Whitechapel. I don't remember. We played another one that we left early. That last one, I think. But
Yeah.
no, those Michigan
kinda
doesn't have
bummed.
enough of those festivals.
I was kind of bummed when it was Hate Breed because I like a video I just showed you. We were like direct opening for at Harpo's, and I'm like,
someone new.
I was like, oh They're the headliner. Like, I love Hatebreed.
Yeah.
Like, that's good. That's a good nap.
Satisfaction is the death of desire.
But I was like,
gem.
fuck, we were playing right before these guys before on Harpo's. Like, now I'm playing like in the middle of the afternoon. Like,
You're downgrading.
yeah, like
Instead
I'm
of
supposed to sell.
upgrading.
I'm supposed to sell these tickets, you know, to some of
We're
these
supposed
same
to play
people,
after these motherfuckers.
you know,
now.
from way back then. You know, still family. Yeah, it's like
Yep.
okay, all right, Hatebreed.
Yep.
For me,
That was the one in Detroit.
No. That would
that was
Detroit one
Bury Your Dead.
Bury Your Dead. Poor guys.
Yeah.
Poor guys, huh?
Poor guys. What is there? What?
Yeah.
Why?
What? No, what do you mean, poor guys?
The video I seen because we left early.
Oh, because there was like nobody there.
No, they brought everybody that was there on the stage.
Oh yeah.
Because I guess there was just that many people.
Oh.
And I never leave shows early, but that was a show that you leave early because that was a shit show. I was pissed from playing and like, it was, yeah.
That bad.
I didn't even know you guys played that show.
We actually hung around for a decent time. I wanted to catch No Life.
If that tells you how bad our set went,
Or were they Heartsick then?
Heartsick,
Yeah, they're
man. Yeah. I
yeah.
confuse that shit too.
Yeah. I don't remember when the transition was.
Me, the transition.
That's the non. Nah.
Transition. When did you guys transition to Heartsick? How was that like for you?
That was a good song.
Oh, but
But we stuck
Anyone
around
would.
for them, and then I left.
yeah, that's crazy, dude. I do. It was a dud. But that happens, dude. That happens. You're running shit. You're trying to get shit going in some area.
Harpo's was just starting back up with trying to rebuild that
at that
reputation.
time, and it's a new thing. It's not Michigan Metal Fest. It's a branch off of it.
Yeah.
So you're trying to start it there.
And the people that you all gathered from Battle Creek and that side of the state aren't going to necessarily just come to the Detroit version. So you're trying to build up a complete new fan base.
I want to say that was like a week or two after too.
That's just the biggest problem is just getting people out of the fucking house.
Yeah.
It really is. It's hard. It's like some shows are great. You're happy for a half a room. You know, if you never shoot, you'll never like, you know, get that opportunity or that chance. You gotta take the shot at it. I mean, you know fucking some of the people that I fucking emailed. Fucking get on here. I'm like, fuck it. I'll try and see if they, like one of them that I'm gonna keep pursuing is Kirk Cousins because he's from Holland.
Okay.
He went to Holland Christian High School right up the road here.
Oh, hell yeah.
But, you know, I don't know if he's coming back because Holland Community Hospital here is like fucking severed ties with him because of his stance on the vaccine because he's not taking it.
Oh, okay.
So, like, Holland, like, cut
Like,
all ties with Kirk Cousins now. I'm like, oh, no shit. Yeah, I know. I'm like, that's fucked. But this dude came out and said, he's like, I'll come to meetings in a fucking, plexiglass like fucking box if I have to. Like, I'm just not taking it. I'm like, holy shit. But yeah, they're like, fuck you. But yeah, that's one. You know, he plays for the Vikings. You guys sports guys at all?
Not football.
No. Well, he plays for the Minnesota Vikings quarterback.
Yeah. I recognize that name.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm like,
I went to high school with Jake Long.
oh, did you?
Yeah, he was a fucking prick.
Was he?
Yeah.
He was
Yeah,
he?
he threw mashed potatoes at our table once and hit like our friend Amy in the face with them, and I like got up and I like walked over to his table. I was all like, I would have got my fucking ass with him.
Oh,
He
yeah.
was a beast, but like I just like fucking pushed his plate off the table, like said some stupid shit. He stood up. The principal yelled at us, and we both like had to walk
Like,
to her.
yeah.
And she told him to go sit back down and told me to go to the office. And like I totally got kicked out of school, and he.
Of course, he's a star athlete.
Yeah, it
you
was
know.
like the most cliche thing. But I was just talking about him because everybody in Lapeer fucking talks about that motherfucker. But
Really?
Jake
Jake
tracks, man. He made it. He made it.
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't go with any school with anybody that's like made it famous or anything big. And that I know of. The like Bay City, you know, you got Madonna that came from there.
Yeah.
Who calls it a stinky little town? But it fucking is, dude. Bay shitty. Bay City, like, what's there to love about it? The fairs?
I shot an acoustic video guy out there, like where the big ring is.
Oh,
It's
the
like-
toilet bowl.
Is that what it?
toilet?
Yeah. I can see that being
The
a toilet
friendship
bowl.
shell.
It was pretty out there. They had some good food.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah, you got Midland Street. It's normally full of bars unless there's a bunch closed down. But that's all there is to do in that city. I swear to God, is just drink.
Hey, shitty.
Yeah, Bay Shitty, dude. It's not fucking. I mean, I love the people I met there. I met some pretty cool people there. I met my wife there.
Wow, that's I
You
mean
know,
that
that's
is
something.
something.
That is something. That's great as far as some of the people, but the town itself and just what it does to you. It's one of those towns where it's like it like sucks you in almost. You have to like I gotta get out of here. Like if I get sucked in here, I'm just gonna
The
be
small town thing.
the Bay City fucking people. Like you know what I mean? Like there's places that are like that. You're just I don't want to become one of these. Just like we go down to the bar and drink all the fucking time. That's all we do.
Man,
That's all.
if you have ever been to my town,
I was about to say the people in Brown Shitty would probably argue
Brown
that
City.
Bay
Brown
Shitty
City,
has it a
no.
little better.
Maybe. I
But
mean, you
no,
got
I
the
get
river.
it.
You got the river that goes through, but all it is full of Saginaw shit. Because whenever the fucking rains too much, it just pours into the fucking river,
Yeah.
all out into the bay.
Two different
That's
hells.
full of
Urban
fucking
and
cattails,
suburban.
unless they've taken care of that now. But the bay is nothing to look at. Never has been out there in Bay Shitty. Like it's a fucking shit town. The best place there is BMO's because I love playing there. I love that bar. And
Yeah, we played there.
BMO's is a great bar. It's not the biggest stage. It's not like,
Corey, I think we've always
yeah,
played out there
Hikori.
with Hikori.
That's who got us that 2-piece band.
Yeah.
They got us our first like gig.
Yeah, see, I love all those guys.
Ken Frank, Mole.
So old, but I
Yep.
still love him.
Yep.
He's still doing it.
He
Good for
is.
you, Ken.
Well, he stopped for a while and then he went back.
I know.
And then he
he's
went back.
Yep. He
Yeah,
came
dude.
back.
Yeah, he's a fucking cool dude. He was on too, really early on.
Me and Chris, the drummer for Sleepless Malice, our first band we started when we were 15, and we started as soon as we started playing house shows and stuff. It was like with Hikori, and they were just starting. And
Really?
yeah,
Yeah.
and then we like avoided that been around forever old band. And
Yeah.
I think they just because they look so fucking old.
Oh yeah, well, fucking look at Big D, Dennis. Like, how fucking old are you gonna get before you fucking just throw the fucking bag in? Like, Jeez, like,
Exactly.
what's your fucking birthday bash this year? How old are you? You're not putting the date.
You
how
don't
old
put the
you are.
candles on that.
Yeah, you don't put the fucking candles on that cake. Fuck that shit, dude. No candles necessary for this old fuck. Jesus
just throw some lighter
Christ.
fluid on it.
Yeah, just fucking light it all on fire. He needs it for the taste. My taste buds are going. I need it for the flavor.
You better tag these guys in this video.
Oh, yeah. There's
Time mark.
so many shout outs in this fucking video. I don't even know.
Yep.
Like, holy shit.
I haven't had anybody really mad at me in a while, so that's probably about time.
Yeah. That's what's this podcast for? Talk shit.
Yeah.
Just to talk shit. People can't talk shit about each other when fucking you're too
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
you got something else going on.
Yep.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah. I did I've had like only a couple times where people are like, hey man, you think you could edit this part out? Like I just feel like really uncomfortable. And what I always say is I'm like, well, just listen to it and then come back to me.
After it's been out.
And they're like, no, like sometimes like if they're really concerned, I'll unlist the listing because I'll have it done and ready to be released. And I'll say, here, you can listen to it.
That's good. That's professional. You know.
Yeah.
You know, and they'll listen to it, and then 9 times out of 10,
Yep.
of course, it hasn't been that many times. Okay, 2 out of 2 times. 2 out of 2 times, they come back and they're like, yeah, it wasn't as bad as I
We're
thought.
looking at 2 individuals right now.
Yeah.
But if you like any big band, if you were to ever do, I'm sure any kind of bigger band with like a PR or anything, there's probably
have to
things
get
in there that you have to like. They would have to
There
listen
might
to it
be.
and approve it.
There might be, but I pretty much, I try to, like with you, I don't know if I did, but I try to always say, I don't edit anything out.
Right.
Only pee breaks. Everything else is there, so that way you have context to the conversation, and you'll know, like, you know, what led up to this statement, what came after this statement, what
You should always assume that anyways, because I mean, like, you're coming spread to do a
don't.
podcast where you know you're going to be on camera and record.
Me and Aaron
so,
talked
like,
for like 3 hours last night to be like, all right, we definitely can't talk about this. this.
Yeah, like upcoming stuff. That's not, you know,
just
or
not-
anything.
Well, I speak unfiltered, and that's like my problem. And
Well, that's
and
and
especially
I
for
try to
long
keep.
form like this, you
Yeah.
get people so laid back, and that's like the thing I told him yesterday. I'm like,
sucker
I
man.
watched these because he's like, what if we were talking about like, all right, well, how are we gonna explain this? And I'm like, I don't even know if we're gonna talk about that. Like, I've seen like your shows just become this like. You get to, it's uninhibited. It's fucking where the talk goes, and
Right.
there's like a charm to that. That
Yeah.
you know, it's
It's just kind of genuine.
because you're not this like list of questions.
Right.
Like, you're done talking. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
Well, what do you
pulled
think
out
about-
a notebook this whole
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
No,
And we
I
start
like
on
that,
something
though.
and it takes us somewhere else.
It's very like honest and genuine.
Yeah. I just want to talk with you guys. You know, just see what it's all about. We'll start, with what you guys are both doing together. You know, we'll dabble into everything. You know,
And then
that's
it goes off the rails.
and then it goes off the rails, and then we try to rein it back in, and I forget what I'm talking about 10 times.
No, you're a good host. You do it. Yeah.
you know.
We get there.
Shit, man. That's what it's all about, though. Is just getting to know like people. Like, I like to get to know people a little bit more. Like, again, like we said earlier, with playing a show, like, it's the worst time to meet somebody. You can't get to know somebody when you can sit down and talk for a couple hours and you just bullshit and stuff.
That's where your show shined as a member of like the local scene, and knowing most of the people that you're bringing on here.
Right,
I'm like
right.
able to hear them talk. And getting to know them outside of the shows, where it's like I don't give a fuck who you are. If you're in a local band, the shit you talk to the people that you're meeting is the same fucking bullshit that you say to every other local band that you're meeting. It's very
I know.
repeated and
repetitive.
fake, and I always feel bad for being like, good set, bro.
Oh,
But like, what if I do see someone I really like? How do you, there is no avoiding.
A lot
that,
of
like,
times-
do
a lot
they
of
know
times-
I'm sincere or just fucking lying?
a lot of times I'd wait a while. I'd be the guy that wouldn't be running right up there, and sometimes I'd be like, do they think I'm a dick? But I'd wait until they seemed like they were more like comfortable watching the show or something. Then I would come up and be like,
Yeah.
hey, dude, that
means more.
set you guys played earlier was fucking awesome.
Because there's that
I
obligation.
wouldn't say that was good set. I'd try to like that set you guys played earlier. It was fucking awesome. I really liked this part. Like,
trying to make it unique. Like,
yeah, like just not a good set because that's what it was.
yeah.
That's genuinely what it was. It was a good set.
Yeah.
But the cliche is so overblown and it's memed, so you can't use it no more.
Exactly. Yeah.
To sum up what you want to say, so you have to.
Yep.
Try
How
and be
many different
specific.
ways?
Yeah.
Which
I really liked that part that you did.
Yeah.
Here.
yeah, which in
Shows that
in
you paid
itself is
attention.
like it does, but it almost feels like more disingenuous.
Like
I
that
mean, I
was the
guess
one
it can.
point you watched and remembered, and
But then you went and smoked a cigarette again.
I've done that. I've done that.
But we're
I've
all
done
guilty of it. I mean,
But it
we
is,
have
that's the
to.
thing.
You might have just played your set. You're out there for fucking.
But what you said, it's
forever
better to
putting
say it
shit
later because it's like when you get off stage, it's almost like every band that you're playing with that you had met before you played, they're gonna say something.
Good
and
set.
it's almost like don't
Awesome.
even
Good
say
job.
it as you're walking by.
Oh, I hated it. Just let me get my shit off stage.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to be as professional as I fucking could get my shit off. Like
Which is yeah,
good.
your shit
like
off.
my wife
Yeah.
went to like most shows, like
Here's the
she'd be
cymbal
right
rack,
there,
and then
she'd
here's
be
the
right there.
drums.
Well, I never got a rack. I always had
That's
stands.
fine. Here's the stand with the
Yeah,
cymbal
it's
on it.
fine,
I'm not
but
gonna
it
take the
sucks.
cymbals off
But
first.
yeah. She'd be grabbing them. I'd be setting them right at the end of the stage,
Yep.
and she'd be grabbing them. I'd be bringing them down. And then you'd have people. You want me to help? And I'm like, fuck no.
Yeah.
You don't touch my shit. Like I don't trust you.
Well, having a system is how you get good at that.
Right.
And like it's not that that you necessarily mind when other people are wanting to help, but it's just like you're interfering with the system that has been tested and
Yeah, it's been
proven
tested and
like
proved.
No,
Fuck
it's
off.
always
Like,
just like this is how it
practice
is.
loading
because
your
we get no
shit
one else
up.
that helps.
Practice loading your shit up before, like, if you're about to do a first gig or a second, just practice. Like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna take this all down, put it in there, and then like time yourself. Okay, how long is it gonna take me to take this shit all out and put it back up? Yeah, I did with my
Good,
drum kit because
yeah.
I was so fucking nervous. I'm like, because I already had a car, I know I'm gonna have to take everything apart, and you don't when you're just playing at home. You don't take your shit down and take it apart all the time.
Yeah,
you have shit where you want it.
Yeah.
You have it, you tune it how you want it, and it stays that way, and you adjust it a little bit,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Yeah. we grew up not even being able to be at the machine shop, but playing the machine shop regularly, and like that's where we learned it was a crash course, because they fucking yelled at us. They would talk shit to us. Tanner, my favorite sound guy in the state. Like Tanner would fucking be like, "Quit hitting your kick drum like a pussy." And me and Chris were 17, and Chris never forgot that, and never hit his kick drum soft during sound check. And like
I was told that too. Hit it like, I forget what he said, but it was about like he hit it louder. I'm like, I felt self-conscious after that. I'm like,
Hit it like you mean it.
Yeah.
But that's what they want.
That's what you're going to be
That's
hitting
what
it.
you're going to be doing when your adrenaline is high.
Exactly.
They don't want this like you're just doing sound check.
And that is something that like drummers and vocalists never fucking get. People that come up to check the mic, they're going to be screaming at it, and they're like, hey,
check one, check one, check two,
and
check
then when the
two,
song
check
starts,
it over.
they're just
But we're spoiled as guitar
players.
players, because like we hit the strings and it's as loud as it's going to be. So like sound check for us has always been like,
And that's why I liked it. I did not like it when sound check would end with just that, not with the whole band.
oh yeah, because you're always like, they didn't do enough. But the
I'm
good ones
always
never
waiting
needed
for
that.
kick me a song, because we would have like covers ready for sound check songs. And if they didn't do that, I'm like, oh, they're gonna mix us during the first.
That was
song.
always a bad sign.
The first or second song is gonna suck because they're gonna be mixing us during that.
Yep.
Let us play something real quick.
Yep.
Or we'd play a song that we're not playing that night.
Yeah, I was always
You
scared
know.
the backtracks would be too quiet. So I'd always like even turn them up after, but then I'm
Right.
probably making it sound like shit for some. I always believe though that no sound guy ever knows what the fuck they're doing. Like for the most part, at the bars that we play,
At the bars.
for like the
You get into
local metal
venues.
scene.
You get into
There's good
venues.
ones. You find the good ones, but
For the bar
I
scene?
can count on my two fingers. Yeah, on the bar scene.
Yeah.
yeah. You play festivals or big nationals.
Yeah,
you'll get the good.
Expecting.
But for the most
Sometimes
part,
not.
that's like 5-10% of the shows we played.
Right.
Like we'd have some good ones, but for the most part, shithole bars were our favorite, and we were at home. And
For me though, it was just like I would always just look at everyone and just be like, I know I'm gonna play faster. Because we're not using a click. We never used a click track. I never used one. I only did when we recorded, but never
At least I
live.
did it for recording.
But never live.
We
More
recently transitioned to that.
Live?
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's like, oh my God, I can actually play my lead parts.
So do you hear the click going while you're playing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
And
did.
you all can hear each other?
Yep.
Like each individual instrument you guys can hear?
Well, I
through the
mean, if you
in-ear?
don't have it muted, like normally,
Right.
normally I mute Ryan because like
Okay.
I really don't need to hear what.
Oh, really?
doing.
You don't
Yeah.
need... See, I was really vocally driven as a drummer. Isn't that weird? Do you think that's weird or no?
You guys were a two-piece, right?
Nah,
Well, that was a two-piece, but I was also in another band called Death Abides, and that was a four-piece band.
not at all, because not playing with a click, then like you're
I
very
like the
bound
vocals.
to the vocals.
Yes,
But like if everything is like on a predetermined schedule,
right.
then like
See,
sorry,
I
but
knew
that
that's what I was
train's
gonna
leaving the
say.
station.
That's what I was gonna say. Is I knew my shit. I knew exactly how to play so I would say, I know I'm gonna play fast, but just follow me.
That was your cues.
Just follow me, please.
Yeah.
Like, don't, no, just follow me, please.
Yeah.
That's how it would end, like that too. Don't just follow.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Please, because I know what I'm doing. I know where I'm going to go. There was only like 2 songs we had where the beginnings were kind of similar, so it would change right after, but they were kind of similar, so I'd confuse myself sometimes, and I would start with the wrong song, and it'd be like. And then you go with it. You just roll with it though.
Right.
Another important thing about playing a show, just roll with it. Don't fucking everybody stop and be like, "Whoa, what's going on?"
I was
No.
lucky enough to jam with the same guy with Chris since we were 15, like I said, and like eventually within the first couple of years, it was just like we would know someone was gonna fuck up before they fuck up, but when they fuck up, we knew exactly how to like.
Because you would know their
learn
fuck
their
ups from
things.
practice.
Yeah,
You're like,
Style
you're
it.
coming up to that part, and you're like, "Is he gonna fuck up?" And then he does, and you overcome.
But you know how to fall back into it.
Right.
And then
that was really key as a drummer. Like, you got to be able to pick yourself back up.
You
go
can't
into
just
it.
stop.
Just don't.
Yeah.
Like, don't slow down. Just like if you have to, just do the fucking bop, and then okay, right back into it.
Yep.
Like the one snare hit, small section of because sometimes you can make it work.
Yeah.
I've had mistakes.
Sometimes
where-
it's better. Like,
Yeah,
you spice this motherfucker up.
You stop for a second, and you're like, "Wow, that actually sounded cool."
And then you play it off like you did it on purpose.
And people don't even realize that's another thing.
And hence metalcore was born.
There you go.
Oh, that's an attack.
But yeah, that's another thing though. Is like a lot of people don't even realize your mistakes.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly.
You're gonna criticize
just like how
yourself
I
to
even get
hell,
off
but
stage
people
and
are
like this sounded like garbage, and you're like, yeah, dude, we had no monitors, but up front, everybody heard that shit great, you
Right.
know? But
That's-
it changed my mood.
That's
like,
also kind of like a really defeating thing sometimes, though. Like when you know that you guys fucked something up, and everybody's like, "Oh man, that was awesome," and it's like,
you always feel they're obligated to say that.
"Well, I can't really trust your opinion for jack shit."
Right.
But in all honesty, yeah, because I've been the one watching the bands and then them being like, "Oh, we fuck." I'm like, I couldn't. Maybe I was like 10 beers in or something, but I
Yeah,
was
but
fucking.
I didn't.
I was jamming. I was jiving with that shit.
Or you'll hear that one part. You'll hear when they fuck up, or you'll see their face, and then you just fucking
That's why you
get
don't even make
over
the
it.
face.
You
Like,
just
as soon as you make
it's
the face.
live music.
Exactly.
Well, and it's
Live music.
It didn't make me enjoy the show any less.
No.
See, catching a band fucking something
If
up.
I
whatever
see
it was.
Metallica, if I see Metallica on stage and they fucked up,
Lars
like
fucks
Four
up all the
Horsemen or
time,
some
yeah.
bullshit. Like I just be like, nah,
Yeah, they're old.
they're old,
So old, they can't
or
do it.
or like we do that. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Like, oh,
They're like me.
yes,
It makes it more relatable.
yeah. And call it out too, or if it's that bad where you it's like do stop.
Oh, yeah.
Like, just call it out.
Like if I have a musician
Make fun
buddy
of
next to
yourself.
me, I'll like,
Yeah.
fuck that up.
Yeah, they just fucked that up. Yeah, like there was one time where we did stop. It was the 2-piece, and like we went into a song, and it was like literally like 4 or 5 seconds, and I started with the way wrong intro, and he just looked at me. And we stopped, and we're just like redo.
Yeah, there is a point. There is a point.
4
And
seconds,
we've done
4
it.
to 5 seconds. Like you got that big of a leeway.
Yep. I think there has been like a couple times throughout where we had just been like, fuck it, let's just move on. Like,
Yeah.
there was like a fuck up where, because like now with backtracks, it's like, okay, well now we can't just like, we fucked up to where we all stopped, and it's like early enough in the song where let's just move on. We ain't gonna start this fucking thing over. Let's just.
Do you guys ever have like intros?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For
That's like the coolest
like
thing.
intro jamming though, or just like intro backing?
Every album we have actually has like an instrumental track.
And would you guys do that live?
We have.
But you wouldn't.
Most
do
of the time, it's like, let's come out swinging. There's a
Yeah,
time,
we
like
had-
if you're a big band,
We had an intro like thing that we would do with like the 2-piece, because again we were always thinking we're like 2 people. We got to be interesting. We got to do some shit. So
got a
we would
lot to
always
make up
have
for,
like
a lot
some
of empty
intro
stage.
thing that would be like way
hell yeah.
hyped, and then go into the
I love
song.
that. I've always loved that. That's like been like we always used we always like wrote and synthed intros, for like songs or like the set. We had like the outro of an album ended up was just our intro that we wrote for the set, where we would come out, do the instrumental thing right into it. But it's like you have that chance, because I think it's a lot cooler when the vocalist is off stage and like the band comes out and gets everybody moving.
And then the vocalist comes on.
does this big epic walkout, and it's like, but you do it at times too, because you have like the synth hit, and then the band walks out, and then it's like everybody's like yeah, and then you start playing, and everybody's like
Man,
jamming.
I envy that so much, because I never was in a band that had a front man. Like that was just vocalists.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah,
Like,
you can't trade that off. Like playing,
you
I don't
can't.
think any fucking. It's a vibe. I get it, but no like great front man. I mean, that's argued. James Hetfield's my favorite. And that motherfucker plays guitar.
and he plays. He's one in like how many?
But to see that vocalist
Dave
coming out.
But he's the. I mean, he's the guy.
No, yeah,
He's the guy.
No, absolutely. Yeah.
And that band's big as fuck.
Yep. Yeah.
You can't deny it. But he's not like a James Hetfield though.
No.
But yeah, just having that, like you said, the band can come out, hype everybody up.
It's a
You don't
fucking, you
gotta
got a
say
hype
shit.
man and a
then the
singer
guy-
in one.
And yeah, exactly. The hype man.
Yeah.
That was what Death By's always lacked, and like every member in there. Besides when we got Scotty Lang, and that fucking dude fucking hyped the shit up, and that's why it's so great to get the bass player. So great to get him in. He just fucking really hyped shit up. He had wireless and all that.
But
You
there
know,
is
but
something
it's
more,
like
like say Gojira.
having a
when you
guy-
have that guitar and you walk up to the mic and like you're doing the jam, and
that's
then you walk up,
Gojira.
it's even cooler.
Because it's commanding.
Yeah, because you're the one making the music. So there is
that
something.
fucking band is so good.
Oh, absolutely.
That's like walking
So good.
up and just like plopping your balls on the stage. And
It
using him
is,
as a
yeah.
guitarist.
Dude, even when they start, like, honestly, I don't know. A lot of people hated on Magma, but I fucking loved that.
Oh,
album.
dude, yeah.
I love
From Mars to
that
Sirius was my
album. He
favorite.
comes out, dude, and then he starts with his vocals. You're just like, and he's like got his legs spread a little bit. Just,
Yeah.
dude, I
Yeah.
seen them at what was it, Knot Fest?
Okay.
That's where they were at. Yeah, where I seen them.
Dude, it was like
I
probably
wish I could see him at night.
oh, dude, like 14 years ago we went, maybe more. I was probably 21. Yeah, about 15. We seen him with a band I was really into. I got tickets because Beneath the Massacre was playing, and they were like
That was like totally different style.
yeah, and Behemoth was headlining, and Job for a Cowboy had just released Genesis, and Gojira just released From Mars to Sirius, and
Yeah.
it was like I'll know that was one of the coolest shows I've ever seen. But like seeing him at that point, because I was so into it, because I was a new metal guy. I was
Right.
like really into new metal growing up.
Oh, me
and
too.
I transitioned. I
think
was
everybody
reluctant.
was.
Yeah,
A little bit. At
and
least.
Gojira, that From Mars to Sirius was very groove. It was like groove based, like new metal was, and they sounded like they were late to the party. But then there was something about them, and it just stuck. They were
That's
like,
how we described ourselves was groove metal. Is that really a fucking thing? Groove metal?
I feel like groove metal is a cop-out way of being like, I don't really feel confident enough to claim any one thing.
no, groove metal's on
That's
the drummer.
but that's not like a cop out. That's kind of what we thought. Like as Death Abides, if you ever heard anything that we did, you would we thought we had a lot of influences like from Pantera. Pantera was a lot of our favorite bands.
groove. Did you do a
Very
lot of
groove.
halftime drums, like pick up and then halftime
oriented.
that snare?
Yes. So
That's me. That's when you start
groove
grooving
oriented.
it, you know,
I
like-
wanted what I wanted in my music was a lot of people would be like yes, and then just be like
Yeah.
have that moment where you could just be like that,
Right.
but not breakdown. I didn't want
No,
the
yeah.
breakdown. Dun-dun-dun.
If you can nod your head forward like this,
You just want
I
something
was
people
grooving.
can get into.
Yes, groove. I wanted people to be able to move to it, but
Yeah.
be able to rock the
Yeah.
fuck out to it. Like I wanted to be able to hang with heavier metal bands like Asylence and stuff, but also be able to hang with some other like lighter heavy bands. I guess you could say.
Yeah, because
there's so many
everything did
fucking
pick up.
goddamn
Everything
categories
lost
of
its
bands.
groove, I think, at a certain point.
I want to be able to hang with all the genres of like metal.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
I think when Black Dahlia came out with Miasma, I was about 20 years old. And like that was like, because there was the new wave of American metal that was like Killswitch, Lamb of God, In Flames, all these bands. Some of it had groove, but it was like hearing Black Dahlia and being like to the extreme with blast, like snare blast, kick blast, but they had the groove moments. And I was like,
And they're another, you know,
this.
Lansing, right? They came out of, or where did they come
Waterford.
out of? Waterford.
Yeah.
Waterford.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, they played in Lansing a lot though. They
One
used to play at
of
the
my
Wa-
favorite bands.
Yeah,
Me too.
See, and it took me a while to get into that really heavier. It took me a while to get into Slayer.
Me too. It was Slipknot taking Slayer out on all these pity tours.
Like Slipknot, I was into right away.
Yeah,
I was into
no.
Slipknot. Like
I was
once I got
going to
into
see Slipknot.
once I got Slipknot's what started introducing me to a lot of the heavier shit. Because like Slipknot, I was like, what the fuck? I got the self-titled album.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that
what
was-
the fuck?
Yep.
Holy shit!
Yep.
This is amazing. We got the Limp Bizkit Chocolate Starfish album.
Oh, see, I liked
From my
$3
mom.
Bill, y'all. That album was good.
From my mom bought it for us though, and it was parental advisory, and we just threw it in the cart. And she bought it, and then we
Oh,
went
yeah.
on, and then we started playing it. We had this room where we had like all of our shit, like all our fucking. We had like school desks and shit. We're sitting there. We start playing it on the boombox. The fucking song comes on where it says "fuck" the whole time. She comes in there like, "What the hell is this?" I was like, "This is the CD you bought us." She's like, "Oh hell no!"
That's funny.
This is devil's music.
You ain't getting this until you're 18. I'm like, what? 18? I'm about ready to swear now.
I'll tag Aaron in this because this was funny. He asked me if I had a certain Metallica shirt. We're in like 6th grade, and I was like being a kid, not having it. I was like, yeah, I got that one. And he was like, sweet. Or no, what was it? No, it was opposite. He had a Metallica shirt that I wanted, and he asked if I had a certain CD, and it was a Cannibal Corpse CD. And I was like, yeah, I got that. You know, and he's like, I'll trade you. And I didn't have it. So I went, I took my mom to Hot Topic, and I bought it, and she wasn't looking. We got it, and I on the way back, I had it. I opened it and like put it in the CD player, my headphones, and she like seen it sitting out, and she like grabbed that motherfucker and kept it. I stole that bitch back though that night, and Aaron, I traded you for that shirt, and I had it. I got the shirt. Yep.
Damn, dude.
Yep.
Damn. So tell everybody where the hell they can look up Abstract Eclipse Productions. We've shown a couple clips here. You got a hell of a lot bigger of a catalog here. Where can we go to find and get a hold of Abstract Eclipse Productions?
Facebook. Instagram. It's what?
At what?
AbstractEclipse.com.
Abstract Eclipse. You got your own website.
Yeah.
So you got some like clips and stuff like on there. That what you guys do.
Yep.
Not the Pestilent Age one, but you got.
No, I think that's on there. I think I gave
you
in.
have to
I
put
was
that
like,
one on
fuck
there.
it.
It's such good production, dude.
That has to be a
High
shame.
class video right there.
We're talking about revamping everything. That was supposed to be this month, and then this month happened.
So what's your at Facebook? How did it Facebook /
This
what?
month was wild.
Yeah, I think it's what is it? Abstract Eclipse Productions or Prod?
That's it?
Abstract Eclipse Prod. I don't know.
Yeah,
Look
you'll
up
find it.
Abstract Eclipse Productions. You'll
Just
find
type it
it.
into the search bar, people.
Yeah, and I'll say this, like that, like the reason we started this was because we wanted to offer like affordable cinematic videos to local bands, because that's like the scene we're a part of. That's what I've grown up in, and
Yes.
it was never an easy thing for us. Now it is. Now a lot of people do it, so
Right.
there's a lot of competition,
Right.
but it's like just a lot of people creating
is.
content and getting.
That's kind of why I haven't even tried.
no, but it's awesome.
I'd like to, but
Yeah, it's
There's a lot of people doing it.
oversaturated market, but it just benefits the bands because now prices are cheap. People can
you're
make
talking
stuff.
to a guy that's hosting a podcast. I mean, I'm talking about an oversaturated market.
Yeah, exactly. But it's the people that don't have the balls to like do it, to
Yeah,
just
right.
go all in.
Right.
It's easy to talk, but
There's a market for it though, and that's why it exists.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
at the end of the day,
No, you guys are doing good work, and I think
Thank
people
you.
should really get a hold of you guys. Like anything, from fucking something light. Doesn't have to be a Pestilent Age.
yeah, no.
type,
And that's the
yeah.
thing. We like being challenged. We just shot a spaceship. Me and him built a spaceship in my garage.
Wow.
Like it, and it's the coolest looking fucking video we've ever made.
Really?
We
It
built
really
this spaceship,
is.
and it's for the Caudle brothers. Mike Caudle is in
Okay.
the Minor, and
Yep,
Phil
yep.
Caudle was in Between the Realms, or
realm
the
between.
Realm Between. And
Between the realms.
yeah, Between the Realms.
We're the realm between.
I just seen Between the Bear to me last week.
Oh shit.
But we that challenged us to build a fucking spaceship in my garage, and it ended up being the
So
coolest
cool.
fucking thing. But we want to be challenged constantly and do different things, because like really that's like
That's the
how you
the
grow.
goal.
It's
That's how
art.
you grow. It's
Yeah.
not. That's the same thing with me. It's not just one thing. Like just I want everything.
Right.
Like,
yeah,
just do it all.
yep, exactly.
The sky's the limit, right?
Yeah, right. now,
Absolutely.
yeah.
It is.
Look up Arrows for Christ on YouTube. We got to end the video with this because I feel bad for not showing that one earlier.
Oh, yeah. Still my favorite performance shots.
Make
We're,
sure
like,
it's recorded.
out there on the beach watching these guys stumble all over sand
Yeah.
as the sun's coming up.
There's so many. Oh, that was a bitch and a half.
I got B-roll of these guys falling all over the place.
There's,
Dude, you got to release that stuff.
I know.
You do. You do.
for the 1 year anniversary.
There you
There we
go.
go.
Come up with a
It's
gag
coming
reel.
up. 3
Coming up,
months.
this was 9
Yeah.
months ago. Like, this was well done too. When I seen this, I was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, this is the first client. My first client.
This
Love
was
the
a
slow
fucking
motion.
crazy
Was a
weekend.
slow motion poster done as recording? It was so
Well, I mean, I shot it in slow. Yeah.
I've watched
You've
this
lost a
video
lot of weight,
while.
Aaron.
I've been trying.
That's my uncle with the boat.
Oh yeah.
Yep. He's the only one I knew with the boat down there. I'm like, you want to be in the video too? I told him we needed like someone that looked like a native. And he was like, yeah, dude, he does. He showed up with a gun. He showed up with a gun.
Fucking oh yeah. So if we're going somewhere dangerous, I figured I needed a gun.
Yeah, he brought it into the character. Yeah. Oh, after this, Joe, we're gonna premiere the Nagazi video. Yeah. Oh, are we? Yeah, you heard it here first. Really? All right, let's do it. Send over the link.
You always need that soundbite.
Yeah, they'll catch.
Joe sees it.
They'll catch their attention.
That teaser. That's how you get people to watch.
Tease it. You gotta give it a guy. Let's tease it. No, not a video. Trailer for this episode. Yeah. Just me saying that. I get a dirty call from Joe.
Yeah, this was well shot, guys.
Yeah. It was great. Thank you for having you guys on. This was fun.
I appreciate the hospitality.
Oh, for sure, man.
Nice finally make it out here.
Yeah, dude. Let's cut this. Everybody can look up
Asylence on Spotify, YouTube, everything, right?
Wherever, yeah.
Aaron Lumsden, that local guitarist, right?
Yeah. Lots of things. I have lots of titles these days.
All right, you guys got the audio on this, John, if you can. All right, guys, this is awesome.